hit his love button, Bob.
I know. I'm done touching things, so.
Hey, we are live.
Yeah, we are.
I don't care. You didn't. Oh, what the fuck?
What? What's the matter?
I had to shit. Never mind.
Oh, well, you didn't say anything. Yep. They say you have to make it educational art. You can't make it sexual if you want to talk about pooping.
Oh, so I have to say,
Yeah, something like that. You know, you never know. Who knows? Who knows? You guys like my thumbnail tonight or what?
what is it? It's the dude.
Well, look at my thumbnail. Movie Buff's going to be in love with my thumbnail tonight.
Oh, the thumbnail. Oh, the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Oh, great. Here we go. Here we go. Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
What's that? All right, Daddy went bye-bye. He'll be back soon. Daddy had to go bye-bye. He'll be back soon.
Daddy's buffering.
Yeah, he is. Here's some sort of picture you can get.
Huh?
All right. I'll probably be on friggin' speakerphone. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I do. I hear you, Al Jolson.
Yeah, it's what's gonna happen. Hang on, guys. I'll probably be on friggin' speakerphone. How about now?
Yes.
Oh, all right. How about now?
Can you hear me now?
Now.
Now.
He left.
Again? What the hell? I think we're going to run the show tonight.
Oh, son of a hoo-hoo.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really big shoe for you tonight.
Is anybody up here yet? Not yet, huh?
We're taking over the show.
Now I can hear you guys.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Oh, son of a bitch.
All right. God, I need a cold.
Hey, Han. Can you warm up my coffee too, Han? Hey, Han, does this look like it's going to fall off, or they got too lower back, or what?
Uh-oh. He has something that's going to fall off.
I don't know. Is it good? Okay.
Yo, Reaper Man.
Yeah.
Did we die out for a moment?
No.
Oh, all right. I was just wondering.
We're good.
All right.
The coach is in here. So
I
is,
see that. I see that.
Wait a minute. Is that let me see, put my glasses on it. Is that Simple Cindy's in here too?
Simple Cindy? No, Sinful Cindy.
I said simple.
No, I thought it's not simple, sinful.
I said sinful.
Well, it's actually sinfully.
I know.
Yeah, fully. Don't forget the fully.
I see her over in Jake's channel. She was over there with Jake and Abe.
Oh, Jake and Abe, are they kissing again?
They are two kissing, yes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I know. Two guys kissing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it.
I know.
Abe is trisexual. He'll try anything once.
Nothing wrong with a French tickler.
Yeah, man.
I gotta Twitter you out, man. Twitter you out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me do the same.
Twitter you out. Bobby don't know how to do the Twitter.
Not yet.
No, he's not ready for Twitter.
I don't know how to Twitter.
Yeah, you're not ready for Twitter.
Joe Biden can Twitter, I heard.
Yeah.
He thinks he's Donald Trump when it comes to Twittering.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. Yo, Coach, what'd you think of my thumbnail?
I seen that thumbnail.
Hey, is he trying to shut down Twitter or something?
Who?
Trump.
Hell no. Trump was told by the owner of Facebook that he's #1 on Twitter and Facebook.
Oh, because
Twitter game shit.
But I think Trump said if they kept up his shit, he'd be going to shut down Twitter.
Yes.
I don't know nothing about it.
I'll have to find that and send it to you. All right.
Sure can. Yeah, buddy. Let's get Joe Biden all set up here.
Listen, can the president really shut down Twitter if he wanted?
I really don't think so.
I didn't think so.
It had to be a vote, doesn't it? I mean, he could shut it down.
I don't know how you can shut down a private company. That would be like Ford came out with a car the president don't like, so we're going to get rid of Ford Motor Company?
Well, somewhere...
Can somebody explain that to me? Honestly, can somebody explain that?
Ford Company. He can get rid of Ford Company, just buy it and then shut it down.
That ain't the way to run a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company, though.
I mean, he has all that extra money. He has all that extra money. I mean,
he'll just use your taxpayer money, Rapture.
Yeah, yes. Why not? So, hey, they do anyhow, so why not do it for something stupid?
Yeah, well, all these young people just got a taste of socialism, and they're scared now.
Yeah.
They don't get it, how you can be given money, but then told you're not allowed to leave your house.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read what Simply Cindy just wrote. No Abe for moi. Jake welcomed me when I was bullied off YouTube. He's a nice guy. Oh, yeah?
So, now, Simply, Cindy, do you want to come on panel and maybe tell your story?
Yeah, it's who I think it is. It's who I think it is. And I thought she was wrongfully busted on, accused for by none other, you know. Yeah, in here, nobody's gonna pick on you in here, Cindy.
You're not talking about Mario, are you?
No, not Mario.
Yeah, no. The police officer that drives that cool 50s truck, Cobretti. Marion Cobretti.
Yeah.
Not that guy, different Cobretti?
Yeah, different Cobretti.
Same style though, right? Same kind of idea, Cobretti.
Yeah, you know where this is going, right?
Cobra.
Yeah.
Cobra. Marion Cobra Cobretti.
Cobra.
That was a great Stallone, man. That was an awesome Stallone movie.
BRA, right? BRA.
Put some meaning into that Cobra.
Cobretti.
No, Cobra.
Bra.
There we go.
I can see him right now, Coach. The mirrored sunglasses, the toothpick match in his mouth, with the Uzi in his hand. Yup. Yeah. You ain't never seen that movie, Reaper Man, Cobretti?
No, I did. No, listen. No, I didn't there, Chico. I didn't.
It's a great Stallone movie. Great Stallone movie.
You know where I'm going with this, Chico? Hey, yo, Chico.
Yeah, Goomba.
Chico and the Man.
Huh?
Chico and the Man.
Chico and the Man, right.
Yeah.
That ain't what I was thinking, though. No.
Oh, God. Cobretti.
Did you guys look up Hollywood Nights yet? I did last night when you told me about it.
Does that movie start out in like a limousine coach and they're loading up shotguns or something? And like there's a big shootout in the beginning?
Razor Ramon. Yep, Razor Ramon.
Yeah, I know who Razor Ramon is.
Okay, yo, Chico.
Yeah, yo. Yeah. I haven't seen Carlos yet.
Carlos Santana.
No, Carlos Martinez. Resurrected.
Did you say something about resurrection?
Resurrection, yeah. Carlos. Yeah. That's Carlos.
All right, hey, we're here, Simple Cindy. Fuck him, all right? Fuck him. So sorry, did I say that?
Yeah, well, it's all good now.
I'm sorry. Hey, I am allowed to swear. It just says you can't swear a lot.
Right.
So what's a lot? 30 times in the whole
I
night,
don't
or
know. I don't know.
Honestly, you're not allowed to be vulgar. That's what it really comes down to.
But you can say that in there. Read a video on it. You can say the F word.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
is it like that comedy guy done all the bad words you're allowed to say on TV?
I think YouTube, if you swear, they want you to do penance. So like three Hail Marys and two Our Fathers.
Jeez.
Is, is that, am I right?
Hey, I quit church, so you know what? Yeah, I ain't going to do
All
that.
right. We'll see you in 5. Simply.
Yeah, you come back here now, Cindy. She's a good woman. Did I tell you that? Yeah, man?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Sanford and Sons. What was the neighbor's name?
Um,
In what show?
Sanford and Sons.
I don't know. Let me get my TV guide from the 1970s and look it up.
Oh, you don't know? You don't know that one?
Yeah, wasn't that a racist show about a garbage man
Yeah.
hating the
Well,
white
not
folk?
really. Not
yeah.
really.
What do you
His
mean,
next door
no?
neighbor. His
Yes,
next
he
door
did.
neighbor
He
was his
hated.
buddy.
Listen,
Chico.
Bob, he
I
hated
just
white
told
people.
you what the show is about. You're telling me no, it ain't.
He
Yeah.
hate, listen to me. He hated white people like Archie Bunker hated Jewish people and black people.
Yeah, even I know that, and I'm not
Well,
racist.
yeah. You're right. You're right. I apologize. You're right.
We're talk the truth here. We don't cover up with we
Wow.
don't put what's it called? What do we make horse manure? We don't just pile the horse manure on top of the horse shit
No, you
and
don't
tell
put
you it smells nice.
you don't put lipstick on an ape, right?
And on a pig.
Well, the pig. That's right.
Oh, he hated Puerto Ricans more, Coach? Wasn't there a Puerto Rican guy that would come around and hang out with his son sometimes? I don't remember his name, though.
Well,
I
next
think
door
it,
neighbor had a
no, I think it was Chico.
Chico was next door neighbor,
Okay, wait a minute.
and he was his son's friend.
Okay.
And he kept on trying to give him goat's milk or something like that.
His next door neighbor actually he played on let me think. I'm trying to think here. Barney Miller. Remember Barney Miller?
Yes.
Hell yeah, Barney Miller was great.
Yeah. The next door neighbor's name was Fred G.
Okay.
Was it?
I'm
Fred
helping you out.
G.
Fred G. Yeah.
Fred G. Sanford.
No. Oh wait. Okay. No. Okay. I got that wrong.
Yeah, Fred G. Sanford was the Sanford son.
Yeah. Maybe they lived next to the junkyard.
What was his sister's name?
I don't fucking know. Fuck you. I screwed that one up, didn't I?
Oh, Reaper Man, did I tell you?
No.
The coach is in the clear.
He's in the clan.
Yeah, he got with Buford T. Justice and Junior said, take a left turn, coach. Take a right turn, coach. Take a left turn, coach, and we'll be in the clear.
I'm not welcome in the clan, so.
What are you talking about?
Because I told him I want to be a pace car driver. I don't want to be in the race.
No. Hey, coach, we should message that guy and tell him we have a honorary, voluntary, whatchamacallit driver.
It's a pace car driver.
Pace car driver, yeah. We'll have to tell that guy. Julio, coach is looking this stuff up for us, I bet. For how do you say the last name? For Nuntes? Yeah, Art would be a great pace car driver.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Beetlejuice likes the idea of Crash Bandicoot.
I know. Wouldn't it be funny?
I think it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be as serious as the racing.
Right. It'd be all fun and games.
Fuentes. Fuentes. Julio Fuentes. Did I say it right, Coach? Julio. All right. I sounded it out, Coach. I know you got the, thank you for that. Putting the hyphen in there for me. I got a buddy of mine. His name's Fu Quan. So it's Fuquan, So it's like Fu don't mean Fu, it means Fu to me. So I was able to, figure it out. Yeah.
Hey,
Julio. I got it. The J is an H instead of Josie. It's Jose. Okay.
Hey,
Julio. His name was Julio Fuentes.
I need an interpreter, man. What the fuck are they talking about?
I don't speak Spanish. Maricon.
Well, it's like Jesus. If you say Jesus in another way, it's Jose.
Hey, be my little puta.
Puta means pussy.
Puta.
Puta means vagina, right?
Puta. No, that means bitch.
Yes. Puta.
Sinfully Cindy with the $10 super chat.
Well, thank you very much, Cindy.
Now, Cindy, I haven't had a Timmy Hortons since this pandemic started.
There you go. There's your Timmy Hortons.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for the super
Gotcha.
chat.
Si, senor. Si, senor. Si, senor. So did Long Wolf McQuaid. Yep. Texas Ranger. Hey there, Texas Ranger. Yep.
Now, what was that word you said? What was that? Puta. Puta. Don't that mean vagina?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm serious, don't it?
No, it means bitch.
I gotta look that up. Somebody told me.
Now, coaches, I'm gonna tell you, Art. What you're trying to do?
What?
Chocha.
I don't even know what that means, but I was told.
That means what you're asking.
Oh, chocha.
That means what you're asking.
Oh, chocha means vagina.
Oh, we weren't gonna say it. Jesus, just saying.
Oh, what is wrong
What is
with
the point? We gotta know what these words are for every language.
What is wrong with saying it, man? It's not like I'm putting it out there.
But you're putting it out there.
Yes, you are.
I thought we could
the
speak the way we
He's
want.
talking about the vagine.
Are you trying to censor me?
The vagine?
No, are you trying to censor me?
No, I'm not saying censor you, but it seems like I get you in the rapture up here, and it just goes in the toilet. I feel like I gotta get the baby wipes out, start changing diapers.
Oh, you have to say it's mean in the boat.
Vegetarian?
But listen to me. I'm not using the slang word, am I?
No.
Or am I?
So for educational purposes, everybody, if you want to learn how to say the word vagina, it's chocha in Spanish, I believe. So there you go, everybody.
Well, look, you just said vagina.
Well, yeah, I'm not like being vulgar or anything. So, like I said, for educational purposes, the word vagina in Spanish is
keyword being educational purposes.
Yes, this is for educational purposes only, everybody.
I caught you.
So if you say vagina and gina, is that two different things?
I don't know.
All right.
I was taught vagina means a virgin, and gina means.
I never heard of it like that, and I don't talk creepy ways.
No, I don't either. I get
That's just a slang. That's called a slang.
I get you. I got you. You're trying to say, listen, Reaper Man, clean up your mouth.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the rapture, we just, it is what it is.
Hey, I try to be good. Now, come on.
All right. Tell me what you know about, 70s cartoons, then. Let's talk about how Bugs Bunny used to fight the cowboys and the Indians, and they kill the Indians, but today, you're not allowed to watch a cartoon like that. It's so terrible. Did you hear? Wait, I got one even better. Now, Coach, Reaper Man, Rapture, you guys hear about what happened to Jimmy Fallon? Somebody's going after him. The millennials, if that's what you call it, whatever these young people are considered anymore. Thank you, Cindy.
Again, Simple Cindy. Appreciate
With another
it.
super chat, $2. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know who you're probably going to make jealous? Maybe I should be messaging like Elvis, like, hey, Elvis, you ain't going to believe this, bro. I got monetized. I got super chat, and I've made so much money, Elvis. By the way, Elvis, how you doing with them super chats? Coach, do you think he'd be like not know what to do with himself? What do you think, Coach?
I don't know. I think because I hurt your feelings of swearing too much.
No, I'm just trying to I don't need to start a stream and then just start talking vulgar.
Okay, I think I'm going to censor myself through this whole stream. I'm just going to sit by and not talk.
No, it's not even that. It's I don't know. Here, let me get like Simply Cindy. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to sit in the side chat and listen to Reaper Man and I and the Rapture talk about vagina?
I said vagina once.
But my point is, I'm asking Simply Cindy, not you. Cindy, do you want to be in the side chat and listen to puta? Yeah. Did someone say puta? Yeah, we did say puta. Yeah, we did. That's because they were calling it something else, and I was just correcting them and making sure they had the proper terminology, and they weren't confusing it with something else. But you know,
you hurt my feelings, man. You did.
That's like I had a young fellow, me and the coaches, he was there earlier today. He asked me to friend request him, Reaper Man.
Yeah.
And I flat out told him, I don't even remember I don't know, what the hell was his name, Coach, the kid. But I said to the kid, I says, what grade are you in, kid? And he said, I'm in 4th grade. And I said, no, I'm sorry, bro. I won't friend request you. Thank you. Don't friend request me, I told him.
Hey, now let me ask you something here.
Yeah, that was it. Plucky. That was his name, Plucky.
Let me ask you something.
I know he's following me, Coach, because he popped in that room pretty damn quick.
Hey.
Yes.
Let me ask you something. So when I'm talking party mouth, do they still monetize you?
No.
Huh?
No.
Why don't you tell me that?
I thought we knew from your channel.
No.
But yes, because I even said to you, Art, I mean, I understand what happened with everything, and that blows donkey dick, and I'll say it like that. But yeah, we got where we want to be. We can just have a conversation, but we don't have to be talking about like ass to mouth all the time. You know what I mean?
No, you can talk like that, but they just don't want it through the whole video.
I don't know, because I watched a video today or yesterday, and it talked about what we're doing right now, and it talked about if you were to have an educational stream, talk about sex education in that way, where I can actually pull up videos of people doing it in a very serious manner. You understand what I'm getting at, Reaper Man?
Yeah.
You can be monetized. If we wanted to come on here and actually talk about it in an educational way, it would be monetized through the guilds. But they actually put a video out saying if it's vulgar, it's not accepted. You know.
So if we change the words, we could say
sarcasm's one thing, but you know, I'm not going to go on for 2 hours every night, you know, talking about vagine.
We don't do that.
Women's lady parts for no particular reason.
We don't do that. We did it once tonight. Come on now.
I get it. But I noticed I get you two together, man. I wonder what it was like growing up for you two. Who got backslapped by mom the most, being told to shut up, don't talk like that in front of me? You talk like that in front of your buddies on the street. That's what my old man used to tell me. You better learn what it's like to talk in front of your mother and your buddies out in the street, or you'll answer to me. What's Art dropped off. I think he hit the wrong button, maybe. Well, that's right, Simple. No one has to click coming into my streams. That's the difference. Yeah, man did his homework for the monetization, and if you had it for 18 and over, no one's coming in. It is what it is. Get back up here, Reaper Man.
Where'd he go?
He left.
Ah.
I'm not trying to piss nobody off, but I just want to have a conversation. Let's talk about the weather. Not the weather down below on a woman.
Hey, but I come in here every so often and I say something stupid like, I don't know. Like I say, where's the stimulus check?
Well, yeah, that ain't no big deal, Rapture. I don't care about that stuff.
But, yeah, I could watch my language a little bit. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna watch this. And here we go. Yeah, simple. Yeah, no kidding. See, I'm calling them now behind the scenes for everybody to hear. Oh. Oh, really? Come on now. Really? I'm just telling you the truth. Oh, geez. Really? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess the co-star quit on me tonight. Guess we're done. I don't know what to tell anybody.
Not too bad.
It is what it is.
We're asking.
Unless the Reaper Man wants to come back up. Simply Cindy says, "Hey, Rapture, how you doing?"
I said, "Not too bad." I said, "How are you doing?"
Oh, I didn't know you. I didn't know you could see the side chat. Very good, very good. Cindy's saying, yeah. "Art, come back! Art, come back!" All right, ladies and gentlemen. Coach, you ready to go racing? Oh, look, he's back, everybody. You got lucky, homie. I was one click away. Oh, he's back, everybody. Yep. One click away, almost shutting it down, baby. Yep.
Hey.
You're lucky I got cold beer, Reaper Man.
I wanted to see if you'd really miss me.
We do miss you, but you know.
You don't have to be potty mouth all the time.
Oh, shut up.
Don't tell her to shut up. Man, that guy telling her to shut up. What a guy, you know? He needs to be nicer to that woman that helps him and takes good care of him. Anyway. Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, man. I think he's PMSing today.
Oh, yeah,
is he really, Trudy? I feel it. I feel it.
I had a bad day today all over, huh?
Oh, yeah, he is PMS.
Hey, Trudy, I just know when you get him and the Rapture together, it gets bad sometimes.
Hey, I deal with this on a daily basis.
Well, you know, we try to go back and forth, and I try to tell him we can do it up on his channel, but, you know,
Yeah, I won't. Okay, you can come on my channel. Everybody, I won't censor anyone.
Oh, you know. Oh,
No, I seriously get what you're talking about. Listen,
yeah.
on my channel, on my channel, I hardly got any videos monetized. You know what? Too much swearing.
Well, that's what I'm learning. That's what they look at, you know?
Just,
This whole bullshit about people like, oh, they changed. No, there's no changing. There's just certain guidelines and stuff. You know what I mean? You scared TJ the Gamer off. He popped in and you left.
oh,
He said, bye, I'm leaving.
mm.
You know, I'm just saying.
I could never leave you, man. You're like a wife.
Well, that's like I was telling Beetlejuice the other day. I was live streaming and I went in a room to play the NASCAR game. We don't know how Samantha's honestly doing. She doesn't come to my channel. She stops in from time to time when she's got something going on where she needs a platform to call somebody out or to have somebody come after her. But that's what my channel's not about. So she knows there's no drama here. That's why she don't come. None of them come. That's why there's 6 people here tonight, everybody, because I'm not drama. My channel's not about drama. My channel's about fun.
I talked to Sammy. She's doing fine there. Simple. She's doing fine. She's out of YouTube for a while. She's not really getting into YouTube, so.
Well, not when you're in a situation where, you know, you do things and people are coming after you. They can't stick around when that's going on. Rules and more rules on here. I see. I miss them all. I like fun. Fun is good. That's all we try to be here is fun. It's wild, Reaper, man, because, you know.
I want them.
I mean, I could care less, you know.
Let me see your phone. Did you message the guy?
What happened?
Oh, I mean,
hey, Art,
yeah.
Do you think we need Sprizzy?
Do we need what?
Sprizzy.
What's Sprizzy?
Sprizzy is Sprizzy.com. It helps market videos and stuff.
Oh, no. We don't need them.
Well, they kind of like running ads on my channel.
Well,
I didn't know if we had to show them some love or not, you know? Oh, yeah. I mean, this is fun. Argue back and forth with Art and Rapture. And, you know, there's never hard feelings on any of this. You know, I certainly read all the guidelines about what it takes for certain reasons. And if you want to have a children's channel, it is certainly not monetized. So, I mean, you could push the envelope here, but, you know, oh, yeah. Let me tell you, Cindy, if you're not black, guess you're voting for Donald Trump. Yep. Gangster Biden, everybody. He thinks he's a gangster. The guy had 2 brain surgeries, can't even think for himself. Why are you on mute, Reaper, man?
Well, they want him in there real bad, and I don't know why. They took the most dumbest one and figured we're gonna make him president.
Listen, I know why they want him.
So they can say, hey, we're gonna do it this way, and you're gonna be with us, right?
Exactly. Trump don't play the puppet.
Yeah, that's what they get mad about.
Trump is running the country. If Hillary would have got in there, the NWO would have been running the country. That was where it was all going through the Obama years.
Well,
but you're going to put a country through that for 16 to 20 years straight?
I'm waiting to see what happens.
Well, when you think of a presidency and it's 4 years, And you can stay in there for way more than 4 years, and it could become 8 years, and then get another Democrat in there for 12 years, which turns into 16 if the people are dumb enough for a second term. You're putting the country in the trash, you know? Reaper Man must be pooping. No, he's not. No, he's not a nice man either, Cindy. If he had a chance, he would put his hands all over you.
He'll snip your hair, put your hands all over you, and touch you in wrong spots.
Yeah, he'll touch you in places he ain't belonging. Yes. How'd you like if I met you for the first time, Cindy, and I grabbed you in a weird, weird way? You tell me how you would feel about that, Cindy.
I just think what the little girl thought of when he done that to her.
Well, you just look at all those little girls' faces when he does it. And there's one where the mother's standing right there. They play it all the time. Yes. The mother's like mortified. You know, it's crazy.
There's that meme about him saying the kids are touching his hair or something. You know, on
his leg. Yes, and because of that, I know about roaches, and I love children, and I love little kids jumping on my lap.
Yes,
that was another dig at the black community, telling them they got roaches.
Yes,
and he's saying it's all cool. He don't have a problem with little black kids jumping on his leg. You know why? Because he's a weirdo.
No, he said that. He said that.
Just wrong. He did that to Andrea. Yes, he did. That's right.
He said that in a sick way, man. That's a sick way.
Who? Yes. Biden?
Yeah, I don't mind a kid grabbing at my leg or touching.
Yeah, he says, in the summertime, my hair turns blonde. And when you're in the pool and the kids would come and rub my leg down and watch the hairs stand back up. And I love roaches and little black kids and jumping on my lap because I'm a weirdo. And I just want to become president so they can bring me little boys to the Oval Office and they can jump on my lap while I make decisions and I can touch them on the leg.
Yes, Philly. Yeah.
How would you like to find out you put Joe Biden in office and you wind up with a pedophiliac in the office?
Well, that's
trying to order a pizza from Pizzagate.
Well, listen, I don't think that's where he's directed at. I think he's a sick man, not in that manner. He did have brain surgery. I agree with
man.
Wait a minute. I agree with Simple Cindy. He's not good enough to be president because of the brain surgery. He's not a well man.
I don't know about him being a nice man though.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Turns off big time. Right, Art. It's how he explains himself, not
right there.
Well, that's like what he done with Grande.
Yeah, well, she mentioned that right there. You're reading it.
Yes.
Yep.
That was gross. Yes. He's just out there in left field.
He's way out there in left field. He thinks it's all good.
No. Yeah, I don't think he's a pedophile or anything like that, though. I think he has a problem with words.
I mean, a lot of stuff I read is controversy and stuff like that, but there's some of it I do believe.
I think the Democrats are covering up on a lot of this pedophilia shit, and the reason I can say that is because when a Muslim man can marry a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old, and the father can just give her away, there's something sick about that.
No, hey.
Does that make sense, people? I think it does. There's something really sick about that.
Well,
in a religion, I can give you my 12-year-old daughter. And just because she's having a menstrual cycle, that means you're allowed to do what you want.
Whoa, why are we getting so in depth about that?
Because that's what that culture is about, and that's what the Democrats, the far left Democrats, are pushing for.
Oh, you mean so? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So
they're slowly taking over Congress.
So as soon as as soon as a female gets her menstrual cycle, that means she's breeding material, or what are you talking about?
In the Muslim faith, it is, yeah.
No, man. You know
them. You got to realize that's what I live here with. This is what I deal with here.
No.
What do you mean, man. No? Yeah, that's Sharia law.
I'm just saying I would stone somebody if they did that. Stone them. I would kill them.
No. When the girl don't go along with it, yeah, that's what they do to you. They stone you.
Yes.
No, they need stone.
When you refuse to be that man's wife, they stone you. They kill you, Reaper Man, in that country.
Yes.
I have to disagree with that. Sorry.
Well, that's the whole purpose of it.
You didn't hear about if you're still there. If you're still, they cut your hands off.
No. You know, someone like that, I'm sorry. I can't speak
Reaper
like
Man.
that.
Reaper Man, check this out.
I can't tell you exactly how I feel in your chat because my feelings on something like that, you wouldn't want to hear what I want to do.
No, tell me. I'm curious. I'm telling you the truth.
No, because then they're going to strike your channel for what I have to say.
Well, no, here, Simply Cindy wrote it right there. 12-13, Art. They get married. Truth. It's culture.
No, they need to cut. They need to fucking cut their balls off over there, cut their penis off. That's women are
okay,
not.
But the thing is,
Art,
when you
not out there, women are not out there to be a piece of meat. They're not. That's not.
And Reaper Man, that's because you live in the United States.
No.
That's because you live in a free country, Reaper Man. That's what we're known about, being a free country. And when you go to those countries, you're not free anymore.
No.
There's a lot of things that are messed up when it comes to those cultures.
I
know about this stuff, Reaper Man. There's a lot of things I think
too good to be true. If it looks too good to be true, it's
I know that. I work with a man. He's Cindy. He is let's see. He is trying to think of the damn nationality. God damn it, I can't remember. But yeah, he's a loan shark and a bunch of other things, and he's always got a pocket full of money. And like you just said, he can tell the other. We still have underage man. Oh yeah, you do when the parents sign off for it.
Oh, so I get it. So they're Muslims. You do hear. I've watched videos where they're marching the streets of the United States.
Yeah.
We'll kill the Americans. Is this why they hate us? Because our culture does not allow that?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things our culture doesn't allow. Yeah, so that's why, yes.
Kill the Americans. No.
Oh, look, even Cindy just said, young girls marry men in their 30s on up, cousins as well, allowed.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a little freakish over there, but that's their culture. That's what they do.
Yep. So you got to be cool with it at 14 years old, when there's a 45-year-old man, 50-year-old man climbing on top of you, Reaper Man. You get it?
Beetlejuice said that our culture allows that in the United States here.
Oh, it allows you to marry a 12, 13-year-old? Okay.
And
we're not talking about American religion. We're talking about Muslim cultures right now.
Well, it might be that, but it's going to be Muslim.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you understand, Reaper Man, why I say we don't ever bring that other name up?
Yeah.
I don't know if any people are ghosting. I ain't going to be playing it.
Yeah.
Yes, Middle Eastern, Cindy.
That's, that sort of irks me and pisses me off, really.
Yeah, underage marriage is allowed in the U.S. Yeah, that's Mormons. That's different. Yeah, I know all about the Mormons.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, now that's another subject. Mormons allow it. Does our laws allow them to get married though? How's that work for them?
Yeah,
Uh,
what's the age limits, Beetlejuice, since you're on top of all of this?
I don't see
Obviously, we
where.
don't know anything.
I
isn't
don't.
it the Normans that
We got
don't
the
believe
fact
in
checker in the
doctors?
side chat right now, everybody. She's going to give us the lowdown so we get it all right.
They don't believe in doctors too, right?
Oh, so it ain't just the middle. Yeah, but our laws, Beetlejuice, our laws won't allow that.
Yeah, did they let Mormons chop each other's heads off and kill each other for leaving their religion? Did they allow that kind of stuff?
14, 15, 16-year-olds, huh? But
Well,
my question is, does our law will not allow that though?
That's what we're
no,
discussing.
when your parents say it's okay, I guess it's okay.
You mean you have to have the parent's signature?
I guess so.
Wait. I got married at age 16. My mom had to sign off me to my wife. Believe it or not.
Because your wife's older than you.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I even forgot about that, Mom. I forgot about you.
So we used to joke around. We used to joke around and say she was my mommy for 2 years.
Okay.
Until I got until I got of age. But that was a total different situation. I was working, and we were both, and look how long we lasted. We're 41 years now.
We don't have laws in most states as long as your parents are
How'd that go?
Okay, yeah, I figured Beetlejuice that a parent would have to sign, and still the courts look at that. The courts look at that.
I did not become your mother.
No, I didn't say that.
I signed that I would be responsible.
Yes.
If you got into any trouble.
Right.
I didn't become your mother.
Oh yes.
So Rapture, do you have a mommy complex?
Yes.
But how about this? We're still married.
Yeah, we're still married though, so hey, it worked out pretty. It worked out
Who's
pretty
your
darn
mommy?
good.
Who's your mommy?
His mother.
He's just picking on.
You don't like.
She was my wife. She was my wife, not my mommy.
We'll let you two iron that one out.
No. You had to get emancipated from your mother first.
Yes.
I didn't become your mom. You got emancipated from your mom. Then we could get married.
Well, at least it worked out for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. My mom did sign for him to get married, but my brother was self-supporting though. He had a job ever since he was young.
Right, I got you.
No.
Did you graduate high school at least?
No.
Nope.
Well, as long as you had a good life out of it, then ain't nothing wrong with it.
You did get your GED.
He worked all his life, so did he? Ask yourself, did he really need high school education?
It depends on if you need to get that certain job where that's the main catch.
I was a boss. So I done good.
He was a boss.
Okay, that's all that matters then.
I mean, it wasn't a perfect place to be a boss, but I was boss, Dollar General.
You had a GED.
I had a GED. Yeah, it wasn't a diploma.
No, it's all right, Beetlejuice. We were just getting into this, talking about things. Sorry if I was too loud that you could hear me through walls, concrete, brick walls.
His wife is Beetlejuice.
Oh. So Beetlejuice saying, yeah, it does that. There you go. It does happen in the United States.
It does. It happens with the Muslims. And she's pointing out it also happens with the Mormons. So then there's another one. I think it might be the Mormons. They got more than one wife.
It's pretty.
But what Beetlejuice is trying to explain is
they call them prearranged marriages.
Muslims have prearranged marriages.
No. Well, what Beetlejuice
doesn't the Italians do that a lot too?
No.
Wait. Doesn't the Italians do that a lot?
Oh, I guess I muted myself maybe by accident. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What Beetlejuice is trying to explain, it does happen in the United States. If the family's involved, it happens.
Well, hell, here the Muslims, the family's involved. They're just giving the daughter away. I don't think she really has a choice sometimes. They're just giving her away.
Yeah, that's Muslim laws, and they practice them in the United States, correct? Correct?
What's that?
There are Muslim laws, and they practice them here in the United States.
Yeah, that's their Sharia law.
Yeah.
That means if you get involved with a woman, you're a Muslim man, you get involved with a woman that's Christian, and she don't want to convert, and you decide to leave the Muslim faith and become a Christian, the Muslims are going to come kill you.
I've watched things on that. Yes, I've watched things on
Yeah.
it.
Well, I watched Candace Owens, the black girl that's all over the Republicans. That's an awesome person on everywhere. Sharia law is not law here, correct? But they still follow it, and if they can get away with it, they'll get away with it, and that's how they put it.
Yeah. And sometimes they take you over into their country.
The person that that converted the other way could get killed. I could show you this guy talking about the Quran and how there's so many different things. Yeah, I can send you some interesting interviews that were done by Candace Owens, Reaper Man, where she interviews a Muslim man talking about the book of the Quran. And, yeah, you can be engaged to a Muslim man. Yeah. And you're expected to become Muslim or just stay what you are. But if he was to become a Baptist, like you're saying, or a Christian, period, oh, no, they're coming for him. They're coming for him.
I did watch this one video where where they come over. These Muslims come over sometimes, marry these American women, take them over in their country. Yeah, take them over in their country and marry them over there. Then when they try to escape because they don't like their ways, and they come back here, they come over and kill them if they have to. So. Warren Helps was head of this church. He went to jail. 11, 12-year-olds he'd marry except for demon. I know nothing about Muslim laws. I just know they practice it. Yeah, and
they have a lot of different beliefs than we have. A lot of different beliefs.
All right, Reaper Man, we're going to try and I'm going to switch over to the laptop. I have the video where Candace Owen is actually the Candace Owen show, everybody. Actually, we can just do audio on this. And she will interview this gentleman, and y'all will understand what they're talking about.
Hey, guys, we are rolling into another episode of the Candace Owen Show. One of the strangest weeks of my life, and I would say one of the strangest incidents of my life was when I woke up in London at about 3 a.m.
Make sure you stop the video, talk about it, and start it back up again.
Telling me that the left was blaming me.
Say that again?
When you're doing a video like that or an audio, you stop it, talk about it a little bit, and they can't copyright you.
Okay, well we'll try that.
All right.
This is the Candace Owen show, and we're gonna listen to what she has an interview going here, and she's interviewing a Muslim person that is very, very up on Sharia law and the U.S. law. So she is gonna ask him some very interesting questions.
Candace Owens for a mosque shooting that took place in New Zealand. This was strange, of course, for a lot of reasons. First being that I don't talk about Islam. I talk about Black America. I talk about the left. I talk about the Democrat Party. I talk about the Republican Party. But at no event that I've ever done in my life have I talked about Islam. When I perused the articles that were accusing me of being an inspiration for such a horrible, tragic event, they said Candace Owens once critiqued the mayor of London, who is Muslim. Therefore, because she critiqued a Muslim politician, she is therefore Islamophobic. This is very strange.
Now, Reaper Man, there's a lot of people here in the United States, even Donald Trump, who is being accused of being Islamophobic and xenophobic. Where'd my panel go? They all disappeared.
No, we're here. We're here. I'm listening.
Well, you said we have to stop it and reiterate on it, and I'm trying to have a conversation, and all I'm hearing is crickets.
Well, okay. Well, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what a xenophobic. What is that?
That's when you're afraid of the gays, the transsexuals, the lesbians, the pansexuals.
I'm not.
You're afraid of Rosie O'Kelly.
Not at all. Not at all.
Exactly. We're none of that.
No.
Strange, I would say, because the insinuation is that if any individual critiques or discusses someone that is Muslim, it makes them Islamophobic. Does that work in other categories? If you say something about a Jewish person or critique a Jewish person, does that make you anti-Semitic? Very, very bizarre. Of course, what I think was happening here at the root was that they wanted to send a fire shot to tell me, because I speak about so many different topics, that it was not okay for me to ever talk about Islam. And because I'm Candace Owens, of course, this only piqued my interest. I don't know much about Islam. I don't know if many of the people that follow me know much about Islam, but I do want to take you on this journey as we find out and we ask important questions, because we need more speech, not less speech when things happen. Here to talk about all things Islam with me is Imam Tawhidi. Welcome to the Candace Owen Show.
Thank you very much for having me, Candace.
So exciting to be here with you. You're like a Twitter person that I follow, and now you're in life. Sometimes it can feel like people are characters on Twitter.
Well, we got to hope that Donald Trump doesn't shut down Twitter, everybody. What do you think about that? But yes, this man is very renowned when it comes to the Muslim faith.
Indeed, I am very blessed to be here, and I'm a big fan of what you do, and more power to you.
Right, and I would say what you do is arguably more interesting and definitely more dangerous in terms of being an imam that speaks about reforming Islam, which you don't think is a possibility. But I want to start from the beginning here. I want to go back into little girl Candace, the first time that I ever heard about Islam, the first time that I ever heard about, Muslims in the context of a political ideology or religion. And that was the first memory that I had was in third grade. And we were reading a book, and they were saying in this book that Muslim.
Now, you notice something. She's pointing out being in first or second grade, being taught about the Muslim faith. But God forbid here in the United States you speak of Judaism or Christianity in a school
movie. There was a movie on that, wasn't there? One made.
Well, here's my point anymore, Reaper Man. You can't talk about Christ and you can't talk about Judaism in a school system. The separation of church and state and all of that. But we're going to teach your children about Islam.
Being a Muslim is just like being a Christian. Islam is exactly like Christianity, is exactly like Judaism. And we were told that the Prophet Muhammad is exactly like Jesus Christ. I believe this as a child. I think that a lot of Americans that are watching this can relate to this sort of the religion of peace. It's just like Christianity. Is any of that true?
Who's ready for the answer? Is any of that true? She asked him.
He's going to say yes.
Well, we're about to find out, everybody. Candace Owens, everybody. This woman is so smart. It is humble. I love her.
Or that he's going to deny it.
Well, we're about to hear his answer, everybody. Here we go.
Always getting in trouble because I like to be realistic.
He's being realistic.
Some of it is true. Most of it is not.
Some is true and most is not.
And I say this because Christianity is very well organized. If you have a problem, with a Christian church. You know who to turn to. You know who the hierarchy is. You know the Pope is the head of the Catholic Church. The same with Judaism. You know, there's a rabbi. They have their own council. In Islam, there is no leading figure. It's either caliphs who lead Islamic governments or leaders of communities, and that's endless. You can have 1,000 communities, which we do have in every country, and every community has its own leader. So you can't really hold anyone responsible for any theology, for any fatwas, for anything. And this is why the moment you point a finger when something happens from the Muslim community, the most of us say, it's got nothing to do with me, it's somebody else. So, whereby the Catholic Church, they can't run away.
Okay, hold on. I got a question for Beetle. Okay,
and I got an answer to go along with that question also, kind of. Go ahead.
Okay. Who was the terrorist here? Was it the Islam? Was it the Muslim? Is the Muslim the Islam? What? Who were the terrorists?
Well, here's the thing I found out recently, Reaper Man, is that recently we have had terroristic attacks on U.S. soil.
Yep.
But the liberal media will not speak of it. They will not tell you the truth. And that's why Donald Trump loves Twitter.
Beetlejuice, please answer the question. Timothy McVeigh, isn't that the one that blowed up that
out in the Midwest?
Yeah, he blew up that building, wasn't it? Shit.
I don't understand. I don't know for sure if he was Muslim or not, but it was meant to be looked at as a terrorist threat, I would think. What the hell did he blow up? Damn, I can't remember what he blew up.
Okay, that
some
was
building that was very important.
So who done 9/11?
Yeah, he done that. That's my question. Islams or Muslims, or are they two?
Yeah, that's right, Coach. That's right, right there. There it is, everybody.
What?
Last week there was a bait. Yeah, he's saying it right there. Read that comment, Coach. Oklahoma. Yeah, that's right. Oklahoma, Beetlejuice. Yes.
Corpus Christi.
But Coach is saying, yeah, there was a terrorist attack the other week in Corpus Christi. Yeah, on a military base.
Why are we not talking about 9/11? Who were they when they flew into the
building? Because they don't want you to talk about it. They don't want anybody to talk about it. They want you to be cool with it when there's a terrorist attack. That's why they want, like Beetlejuice said, that's why they want you to learn about Islam. Here it is right there. Read that comment, Reaper Man.
Which one?
It's about to pop up.
They were Suda. What? Okay.
So you got the Shiites in the Sudai, or what? Yeah, okay.
Okay, I don't understand that. Okay, Saudis. What's their nationality?
And here, honey.
You got the Shiites, and there's two different factions, and they want to kill each other.
Wait a minute. I just want to see. Hang on. What? Just hang on.
How comes a lot of people get silenced when they start talking about 9/11?
Who knows? Let's get back to the video.
All right, go ahead.
Happened within their church because
I am not done with
entire body.
Let's get back to the video. Fuck that.
The world deals with Islam doesn't have this.
Let's move on, everybody.
Okay. And what about particularly the figures, modeling yourself after Jesus Christ versus modeling yourself after the Prophet Muhammad? That's something that's very interesting to me. Let's just kind of dissect that for a little bit, okay? So was the Prophet Muhammad, would you say he was a good man?
Right. The thing is, with this question itself, it's not a fair question.
Okay.
Because you're speaking to a Muslim
right.
from one school of thought, whereby Muhammad is seen differently by all schools of thought.
Okay.
So ISIS would say, yes, Muhammad went out, butchered, killed, did what he did, took slaves, booty, and that's the man we love, and that's what we're going to do, and we're going to follow him.
Okay, so he did butcher people.
According to an ISIS reading of his character.
Okay.
Then
So Saudi Arabia's.
According to an ISIS.
They're Saudi Arabians.
Yes.
Pakistanians.
Oh yeah, well, a lot of them are Muslim.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's reading of his character. So what are they reading exactly that they're getting that interpretation of?
the traditions 100 to 200 years after the death of the Prophet that were compiled by Islamic scholars about what happened within the history of the prophetic era.
Okay, is this found in the Quran?
The second most sacred book outside the Quran that interprets the verses in the Quran.
The Hadith.
The Hadith.
Hadith.
Yes.
My pardon. Okay.
So men interpret the Quran, and it becomes sacred because it becomes promoted by governments. So, don't speak about this book. It's put on the shelf right beside the Quran, the Bukhari. And it influences all other Islamic denominations, including the Shia school of thought, which I belong to. And ISIS, for example, come and say, this is how Muhammad was, and we're going to follow him. Not only Muhammad, this is how Muhammad was and his caliphs. So if the caliphs are like that and they lived with him, then it's definitely how he was like. But then again, in my book, I also I have to be balanced. There is the minority of Muslims. See, I say minority, which means I don't deny that the majority of Muslims
follow this interpretation.
Correct.
Okay, of who the Prophet Muhammad was.
Correct.
But there is a minority.
A minority. And when I say majority, I'm not speaking about the majority in schools of thought. So I'm not saying the Sunni Muslims. I'm saying the majority of Sunni and Shia Muslims believe that Muhammad was a man who went out for.
See, and you have the Sunnis and the Shiites or whatever it is, Reaper Man.
Yeah.
They don't get along. They fight with each other.
Jihad and had no mercy whatsoever. And I'm not saying they believe it because they studied it. I'm just saying they revere books that hold these traditions. So an average Muslim, if you question them on the street and you say, is it true that Muhammad was a terrorist? They'll say, no. But in their own books, which they don't read because language barriers or they haven't
wasn't he a Seventh-day Adventist?
Yeah, he was Seventh-day Adventist.
Off-bridge.
Well, that's what he just pointed out, Beetlejuice. And if you guys caught, he's saying that the minority are the ones that follow this. And then he just even said how some of them don't have the intellectual transition to switch over. So they can't read this stuff because they're not as educated.
What was Jim Jones?
Oh, I know who Jim Jones is.
Those books do teach, such as Bukhari, that Muhammad was a man who was violent.
Right. He was violent. He killed people. He raped people. And what you're telling me is that the majority, there is a minority, which we're going to get to in a second, but the majority of people who follow this understand that.
Not necessarily understand it, but they revere books.
Okay.
So just like...
So what I just caught there, Reaper Man, is there's a lot of Muslims that misunderstand their own culture.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. That's just like Jim Jones. Jim Jones, he made his own.
Oh, he had his own beliefs. Yes.
Yeah, he had his own beliefs. He made his own little group there.
Now, Coach, did you know he couldn't even drink the Kool-Aid? He let one of his own people assassinate him.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting comment, Beetlejuice, and I can agree with that to an extreme, yeah. I work with many black men, though, that are Muslim.
You on mute.
Yep. And they're black Americans.
Yep.
How Christianity and Judaism, they have their holy books.
Not everybody reads the entire book.
Not everybody. But even those who memorize it, they just, like parrots, they repeat the words. They don't know what it's really saying.
Okay.
So yes, there is a reading of Prophet Muhammad, which is the most promoted one, the majority of people believe in, that is not a good reading. It's a violent one. Then we have to give right to the minority, because the minority, they also have a voice. Why only focus on the extremists? Because they have more money, so they can print more, they can get into government, they are more powerful, so their brand gets more attention. But the minority also deserve to be heard, and the minority believe that Prophet Muhammad was only continuing what Jesus had come with, what Moses had come with. And yes, there were times of conflict, but it was in self-defense. And that's their reading of the Prophet Muhammad. Someone like me, I am a social reformist, not a reformist in religion. I focus on changing the Muslim society, the Muslim mentality, because I see it is not only capable of being changed, it is already changing. And I can give you countries, the UAE, Oman, Kuwait, where Americans and British love to work there and live there and honeymoon there.
I've seen that, Beetlejuice.
I've
seen that happen before our eyes, you know.
Muslim society.
The younger generation is more impressionable, even now, even more with technology.
If we have two sources,
they follow lots of the Old Testament,
both dating back to the same era, both reliable. Why do you follow the violent one?
Right.
Why not follow the peaceful reading?
Well, okay. So you're saying there is a minority of people that read this peacefully, but you are acknowledging that even under that interpretation, the Prophet Muhammad, there was in fact violence, right? So just to go back to my earlier question, it isn't fair to compare the historical figures of Jesus Christ and the Prophet Muhammad, because Jesus didn't slaughter anybody.
It's not right to compare, in my opinion.
Whether in self-defense or not, Jesus never killed anybody.
It's not right to compare any religious figure, any prophet or any messenger with any other messenger. And the reason why is because I come from a theological background. I know every message has its sacrifices and has its developments. And developments, it's a nice word, but it means wars, and it means battles, and it means exile, and it means fighting, and it means struggle and striving and conquering. Every religion throughout the history of time has had that, whether it be from the founder or his family members or companions. So it's not right to compare figures. Jesus in Islam is very, very revered, very sacred. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is considered the mistress of the universe, one of the mistresses of the universe. So she's very dear to Muslims, but why do they get killed and blown up in Easter? Sri Lanka, 300 people blown up, 700 injured. So there are contradictions with texts and applying them within the Muslim individual.
Right. But there isn't. So, and I think the reason why I'm saying that is because throughout our education system, these figures are always compared. And I'm not sure that that's fair, right? So what they're saying to Christians is, you know, if you don't view the Prophet Muhammad like you view Jesus Christ, it's because you're Islamophobic. And that seems really bizarre to me when factually speaking, we have two entirely different individuals. One that is admittedly violent under any interpretation of Islam. You have to acknowledge that there was violence. Well, most. You said once with one, it was in the minority community.
Right.
They acknowledge that there was violence. They view that violence as defensive. Is that correct?
No, there's a big difference between battles and violence. Battles and war in the Arabian Peninsula is completely different from terrorism. Let's not mix these together.
Okay.
I have a problem with terrorism.
Right.
I don't have a problem when I read history and see there are two tribes who both are strong and powerful, want to go and settle it through violence.
Okay.
So I don't like war at all. Right. I don't like violence. But when I read history 1,400 years ago, and two tribes wanted to fight.
Right.
They wanted, both of them. So negotiations, and they came and they formed two alliances, and then they talked, and there was no going back. And you know how they always speak to each other. And in the laws of wars, especially in the Arabians, they present the chiefs of each side, and they speak to each other.
Okay.
Will you drop down your weapons and go back?
There is definitely, I think, a definitive difference between terrorism, where you're slaughtering millions of innocents who have no means for wanting war, and an actual battle where two people come. I actually really agree with that statement.
But again, I don't deny that there were massacres. Even through the minority reading, I don't deny that, and I condemn it. But at the end of the day, I have one reading that has 10 massacres, and it says this happened in history.
Right.
It was part, again, the development of religion. It's already developed. And this happened in history, and it does not mean that you go out now and do it.
Right.
The majority, such as Bukhari and so on, they don't put a limit to their jihad. They don't put a limit to their struggle against the disbelievers and spreading the word of Allah.
Well, so here's the thing too. Here's another thing I want to talk about: the differences between the Bible and the Quran. That's another thing that seems to be conflated throughout the Western education system. Whereas the Quran is just the Muslim Bible. This is what people are told. Is that true? I'm going to put the ball firmly in your court.
The Bible and the Quran, they head in different directions, and I will tell you why. Firstly,
the Bible and the Quran head in different directions. That in itself, everyone, is an interesting statement. Now, I know for a fact he's about to explain why, but that just blows me away.
Beetlejuice, 67% of them were Protestant and 33 were Catholic there, Beetle.
Okay, there's an answer to the question, everybody. About the, what was it? The Nazis, yeah. Thank you for looking that up, Reaper Man.
No problem.
Yeah, this is going to be a good stream, I think.
Muslims today, all of them view the Bible that the Christians have as a book that was distorted. It's not the real Bible, according to the majority of them. I believe it is the real Bible because of the council that was formed, and the verses were clearly filtered, and they said what we have today is the word of God. So the Muslims believe that no, the real Bible was changed. And every now and then there's one Bible in Turkey, one Bible here. The point is, Muslims, we like the Bible that says the word Ahmed, that says the word Muhammad.
Yeah, man.
Come after me because...
Yo,
so
rock and roll,
Beetlejuice makes a valid point here. She says, okay, so do we condemn all the Catholics for what the Nazis did? No.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, we know that the Nazis were a certain group of people.
They were German.
German, that's right. So do we condemn all Germans?
No.
Because if you condemn all Germans, you condemn Donald Trump. And I do know that the leftist liberals, they don't point it out very much that Donald Trump is German. But Donald Trump is German.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so are we. I'm German.
Well, correct. So do we condemn you for what the Nazis did?
No, you can't. What is boiling
That's
down?
the honest question. Do we condemn? Let me explain something that happened back in the very early 90s in a little town called Highland Park, New Jersey, where Yeah Man grew up. Okay? Where one of the elective courses you could take was German. You could take German and Spanish.
And French. And
French.
Oui.
That's right, Reaper Man, and French. And do you know what? The Jewish teachers ran the German teacher off. When it came time for her to retire, they pushed her out. They wanted no one to learn to speak German in a very highly Jewish town.
All right, Beetlejuice. Point taken. Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Taken.
Yeah.
You can't play just because you got one or two bad apples. Meaning
correct. You can't blame religion. No. But I lived and went through that, Reaper Man, where they ousted the German teacher and pushed her out the door.
One bad apple does not spoil the whole bunch.
Yeah, she felt bad. She felt like she had to retire. It was a bad thing, and you know, I grew up. Many students were Jewish, Reaper Man, where I went to school. You understand that?
Osmonds there, Artie.
Huh?
Osmonds.
Osmonds. Oh, they're Jewish. Yeah.
Root was that they wanted to send fire shots to tell me, because I speak about so many different topics, that it was not okay for me to ever talk about Islam. And because I'm Candace Owens, of course, this only piqued my interest.
They tried to shut her down before she even said a word. How about that, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about Islam. I don't know if many of the people that follow me know much about Islam, but I do want to take you on this journey as we find out and we ask important questions, because we need more speech, not less speech when things happen. Here to talk about
Beetlejuice, I don't blame the Christians for being German. I have nothing against anybody that's German. But I lived through it in my own hometown, where they ousted the German teacher because the school system was predominantly Jewish. And they wanted her to go. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I understand that. But I grew up with Jews. I grew up with Jews and Christians. And that's what you learn. You know, you learn that the Holocaust was wrong, even though Hitler was a German. And then you watched him run the German teacher out of the school system. It is what it is. I mean, that's called history. And that's history from 25 plus years ago. Can't do nothing about it. But in Highland Park, New Jersey, you'll never learn to speak German.
All things Islam with me is Imam.
It's battles, and it means exile, where America is speaking about the majority in schools of thought.
Well, we kind of lost where we're at.
Do the most promoted one, the majority of people believe in, that is not a good reading. It's a violent one.
I'm
we have to give right to the minority.
Okay.
Because the minority.
I'm sort of glad that Beetlejuice come in here, because she made some valid points tonight. Really.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. Totally.
Good one.
Only focus on the extremists, because they have more money, so they can print more, they can get into government, they are more powerful, so their brand gets more attention. But the minority also deserve to be heard, and the minority believe that Prophet Muhammad was only continuing what Jesus had come with, what Moses had come with. And yes, there were times of conflict, but it was in self-defense. And that's their reading of the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
Someone like me, I am a social reformist, not a reformist in religion. I focus on changing the Muslim society, the Muslim mentality.
How you doing,
Prince? It is not only capable of being changed, it is already changing. And I can give you countries, the UAE, Oman, Kuwait, where Americans and British love to work there and live there and honeymoon there. And it's a Muslim country where they build synagogues and temples and churches. So a Muslim society can change. A Muslim religion can never change.
Very interesting.
So I say, if we have two sources, both authentic, both dating back to the same era, both reliable, why do you follow the violent one?
Right.
Okay,
why not
you're
follow
not a mod
the
in here
peaceful
because
reading?
you don't hardly come in here.
There is a minority of people that read this peacefully, but you are acknowledging that even under that interpretation, the Prophet Muhammad, there was in fact violence, right? So just to go back to my earlier question, it isn't fair to compare the historical figures of Jesus Christ and the Prophet Muhammad, because Jesus didn't slaughter anybody.
It's not right to compare, in my opinion.
Whether in self-defense or not, Jesus never killed anybody.
It's not right to compare any religious figure, any prophet or any messenger with any other messenger. And the reason why is because I come from a theological background. I know every message has its sacrifices and has its developments. And developments, it's a nice word, but it means wars, and it means battles, and it means exile, and it means fighting, and it means struggle and striving and conquering. Every religion throughout the history of time has had that, whether it be from the founder or his family members.
We don't do drama in here, Prince.
So it's not right to compare figures. Jesus in Islam is very, very revered, very sacred. Mary, the mother of Jesus, is considered the mistress of the universe, one of the mistresses of the universe. So she's very dear to Muslims, but why do they get killed and blown up in Easter, Sri Lanka, 300 people blown up, 700
Yeah, I
injured.
noticed that, Cindy,
So
that you're having trouble with live and love. You need
with
to fix
texts
your
and
order
applying
correct,
them
Cindy.
within the Muslim individual.
Right. But there isn't. So, and I think the reason why I'm saying that is because throughout our education system, these figures are always compared. And I'm not sure that that's fair, right? So what they're saying to Christians is, you know, if you don't view the Prophet Muhammad like you view Jesus Christ, it's because you're Islamophobic. And that seems really bizarre to me when factually speaking, we have two entirely different individuals. One that is admittedly violent under any interpretation of Islam. You have to acknowledge that there was violence.
Not any.
Well,
Most.
you said once with one, it was he.
Hey, my mic is working
in the
okay, right?
minority community,
Right.
You're working.
they acknowledge that
Thank
there
you.
was violence. They view that violence as defensive. Is that correct?
No, there's a big difference between battles and violence. Battles and war in the Arabian Peninsula is completely different from terrorism. Let's not mix these together.
Okay. So okay.
I have a problem with terrorism.
Right.
I don't have a problem when I read history and see there are two tribes who both are strong and powerful, want to go and settle it through violence.
Okay.
So I don't like war at all.
Right.
I don't like violence. But when I read history 1,400 years ago, and two tribes wanted to fight.
Right.
They wanted, both of them. So negotiations, and they came and they formed two lines, and then they talked, and there was no going back. And you know how they always speak to each other. And in the laws of wars, especially in the Arabians, they presented the chiefs of each side, and they speak to each other.
Okay.
Will you drop down your weapons and go back?
There is definitely, I think, a definitive difference between terrorism, where you're slaughtering millions of innocents who have no means for wanting war, and an actual battle where two people come. I actually really agree with that statement.
But again, I don't deny that there were massacres, even through the minority reading. I don't deny that, and I condemn it. But at the end of the day, I have one reading that has 10 massacres, and it says this happened in history.
Right.
It was part, again, the development of religion. It's already developed, and this happened in history. And it does not mean that you go out now and do it.
Right.
The majority, such as Bukhari and so on, they don't put a limit to their jihad. They don't put a limit to their struggle against the disbelievers and spreading the word of Allah.
Well, so here's the thing too. Here's another thing I want to talk about: the differences between the Bible and the Quran. That's another thing that seems to be conflated throughout the Western education system, whereas the Quran is just the Muslim Bible. This is what people are told. Is that true? I'm gonna put the ball firmly in your court.
Is he laying down or just humping over?
They head in different directions, and I will tell you why. First, the Muslims today, all of them view the Bible that the Christians have as a book that was distorted. It's not the real Bible according to the majority of them. I believe it is the real one because of the council that was formed, and the verses were clearly filtered, and they said what we have today is the word of God. So the Muslims believe that no, the real Bible was changed. And every now and then there's one Bible in Turkey, one Bible here. The point is, Muslims, we like the Bible that says the word Ahmed, that says the word Muhammad, or a man will come after me, because then we establish the prophecy of Prophet Muhammad. Do you see where I'm going?
Okay,
so that Bible is okay. All the new ones,
it's like bias confirmation.
So according to him, the Bible has been altered throughout the years.
Beetlejuice already made that. She already said that the Bible has been changed many, many times.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all.
Yeah.
The mosque has a problem, and they don't wish to recognize. Now, one of the strongest arguments against Islam is that the Quran has taken a lot from the Bible and a lot from the Torah. So to say that they're completely different is not very accurate. That's why I don't say that. The Quran has a lot of similarities with the Bible. And that's one of the main arguments against Islam, that you guys didn't bring anything new, right? But I don't believe that. I believe that because it's one God, it's an Abrahamic religion, the Torah will have similar teachings in the Bible, and the Bible will find similarities with it in the Quran. These
Stephanie, welcome to the stream, Stephanie.
all have similarities with each other. Islam takes from Judaism, all normal.
But Islam and Judaism, you can't put in the same sentence, right? So there is, and you can totally correct me if I'm wrong, but there is sort of this undercurrent of anti-Semitism that is almost written into the DNA of the textbooks.
You can't put Muslims and Jews in the same sentence, and you cannot remove Islam from Judaism. Judaism is the foundation. The Kaaba, the black cube that the Muslims pray to in Mecca and circulate around, the Kaaba was built by Abraham.
Right.
Abraham is a Jewish prophet. So
where does this? I guess what I'm trying to ask is that I think it would be fair to say that there is hostility between Muslims and Jews. Is that a fair statement to make?
More than hostility, there's war.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I want to tread here carefully so I don't get myself in too much trouble. So where does that come from? Because from my understanding, it's in the textbooks that Islamics follow, right? It's in the textbooks that they should be hostile towards Jews. Is that correct?
They must and obliged to be hostile towards Jews. But
so do you see it's a bit paradoxical to then say that, well, we got this from the Torah, but we're hostile towards Jews. So just can we make sense of that?
Yes, we can. Time difference. Time.
Now, let's take a pause here. I have to address something. Prince, are you going to bitch about losing or what? Come on. I found a league for us, Prince. Oh. We're going to make Man the official pace car driver. Yeah. Are you in? Come on. Well, we suck, and we know we're going to bring this league down, but who really cares?
What? You're upset with me? Did I say something wrong, Prince?
No, he's just saying, we'll play NASCAR one day. Yeah, man, y'all be good. Oh, Daniel dropped in here tonight.
Oh, you are my buddy too. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, we do that. I think we're gonna change it up a bit with NASCAR though. We're gonna do a little bit of what are we doing?
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot racing, yes.
Yeah. But she's interviewing the guy so she learns about it. Beetlejuice. That's the whole thing. Yep.
If we put everything into context, it will all be clarified. I'm a Shia Muslim. Shia Muslim means the Shia regime in Iran. They're Shia Muslim. Hezbollah are Shia Muslim. I'm a Shia Muslim. They're militants. I'm not.
Okay.
Well, let me get the link for you, Prince. I'll post it in there.
The same God and the same prophet and the same foundations. One is an Islamist. They believe in violent means to spread the religion. I don't.
But how can this be? So I'm trying to back with this.
I just want to answer your question.
Yeah, sorry. I get so interested. Go ahead.
Your question. Before 1979, we Shia, we never had a problem with the Jewish people. No problem. You know why?
It all started in the 80s.
Palestine.
Right.
We Shia, our holy sites, Mecca, Medina, and what's in Iran and Iraq. We have nothing to do with Palestine.
That's correct.
When the revolution happened, to politicize the Muslim narrative and to get the Muslim community hyped up, we said the Quds, Jerusalem is ours. But it's not. It's not ours. 1979 onwards, the war happened. The Islamic teachings can never separate themselves from the foundations of Judaism, monotheism, the belief in God, the prophets. We share so many prophets. Jesus was a Jew. Muslims love Jesus. Abraham, Daniel, Isaac, Habakkuk. Name me any prophet. They're all Jewish. And they are Islam's prophets. If you deny one of them, you can't be a Muslim.
So are you saying then that this whole, the entire argument surrounding whether or not Jerusalem belongs to the Muslims or the Jews was just propaganda that was fueled after the 1979?
For the Shia side, yes.
Yes.
Shia side, yes. For the Sunni side, no. The Sunnis genuinely believe, and that's the majority. Again, the problem, Candace, with my reading is that it's the minority.
Yeah, but that is the problem. So I think it's unfair to say, well, the minority of people believe this, right? If we acknowledge that the majority of people that follow Islam believe in this sort of violent interpretation, in this anti-Semitic interpretation, right? How can we allow this to permeate into Western civilization and continue to call it the religion of peace?
Well, I don't call it a religion of peace.
You don't?
I don't.
So why do you think we do?
Because I don't know. It sounds nice.
But there has to be a better reason. No. Is it funded? Is it?
No, it's not funded. It just sounds nice. Obama says it.
Yeah.
That's it. He said it.
That's it.
There's no foundation for that whatsoever.
But how do we end it? So I told you the first time I learned about this was in a textbook in school. So my entire upbringing through the public school system, I was told to believe this, and that
did you study in Saudi Arabia?
I didn't.
It sounds like you studied.
I didn't. Just basic. Like I literally remember.
It sounds like she studied out of textbooks that were pushed by the liberal agenda. That's what it sounds like, everybody. She's just telling you what she's learned.
Yes.
And how she's learned it. She's explaining how she's been misled by the liberal community. And that's maybe why she sounds backward, as Beetlejuice puts it. And then when this woman went through college, that's when she really saw the light to understand what was going on in this country, when she was supposed to be the victim and she wouldn't believe and play the victim role for the liberal agenda. So
the book that I read in third grade, and them telling the story.
Third grade, they were already telling it.
It was basically just like a soft introduction to different religions. We would all celebrate, around Christmas and Hanukkah time, and we were supposed to get to know the various religions that were in the classroom. Very innocent, right? But what's incredible to me is that everything that you're telling me is new. Right? So if you ask the average American to say, do you know this about the Quran? Do you know this about the Hadith? Am I saying that correct?
Sure.
About the Hadith, they don't. We're largely ignorant about it. And yet, the second anything happens that is extremist or anything that's radical, the first thing that comes out of the mouths of every single person is that it's a religion of peace. And there's almost this sadness, and not the same sadness and sympathy that is given to Christians.
No.
So why is
nowhere
that?
near. Largely because of the left and their agenda.
What is their agenda?
Their agenda is power. This is what it is. They don't care about any human being, any life. I have published a picture in my book of my uncle that was killed, burnt alive by ISIS. Why? Because...
Oh, I said, wow.
No, and why? Because the left funded ISIS. They did. And they've always done.
We knew about that.
Movement of the leftists, the elite left. Not only Hillary.
Hell, all you had to do was watch the movie Rambo 3. And in the background, they showed the United States military training Al-Qaeda. Go check that movie out, everybody. I'm serious. You wouldn't believe it.
Hillary and Obama, the elite left, have always been support.
Yeah. And Yeah Man said it was in a movie. Rambo 3, everybody. Check it out.
Of rebels to bring down government.
Cobretti, everybody. Rambo 3. Cobretti.
And put their own socialist, globalist movement.
That is true. That is 100% true.
They want power.
Right.
And whenever something happens, the left and the extremists, and we have to speak about their unity, the left and the extremists unite to bring down characters. And whenever there's chaos, unfortunately, us conservatives and the center-right never really take advantage of chaos. Chaos can be used in a very clever way and can be misused. The left uses chaos to try and bring down Candace Owen. What does she have to do with it? Well, because in New Zealand, somewhere right near Antarctica, someone went and killed people, and so she's responsible. What did she do? She criticized Mayor of London, not even in the same country.
It's bizarre.
If it wasn't the same in the UK, then we could say, perhaps we could look at this, but even then it would be ridiculous. But New Zealand? Have you even been to New Zealand?
Never been to New Zealand. Never been to New Zealand. Never been anywhere close to New Zealand.
Yeah, the left use chaos to bring down people.
I believe this.
Just like the Covington High School for the children. Anything that happens, pick a target, unite against them, and try to bring them down.
Right, and you're right. Bringing up the Covington is a different example, but it's true. They look for chaos, they look for craziness. We talk about the Parkland shooting, right? Something that's so horrific and so terrible and a tragedy that's felt by everyone, and yet they point to law-abiding gun owners and the NRA, and in the confusion, right, in the chaos, in the chaotic moment of everything, because people are so emotional, they're looking for somewhere to plug their emotions and their hate in. People will go for it. I mean, I had people that were tweeting at me after this. You have blood on your hands in New Zealand, a place I've never been to, because I said that the mayor of London sucks, and I believe that. I stand by that statement.
He does. All the Muslims say that.
Yeah, right.
I had an interview where I was asked, "What do you think of him?" And I said, "I would not have him manager of McDonald's, let alone mayor of London." I'm telling you, seriously.
Can I get a number one with extra fries and a Coke with no ice, please? I'll take the Big Mac.
No one takes him seriously. He could not walk into certain Muslim mosques.
Right.
That's how disgusted they are.
Right, and I'm marrying a Brit, so so I know what's going on in London. I actually pay very close attention to British politics, because I'm marrying someone. So he actually is just a terrible mayor, and that's the common consensus.
It's got nothing to do with his religion.
What do they say? For some reason, if you critique someone, nothing to do with religion, nothing to do. That's not saying that every Muslim politician is terrible. It's saying that you specifically suck, and it's got nothing to do with you being Muslim.
Because I think it's the Home Affairs Minister, Sajid Javid, I think, he's banning terrorist groups left, right, center. He's doing a good job.
Right, exactly.
But it's not because of his religion.
Right.
It's because Sadiq Khan and his upbringing, this Pakistani mentality. And look, I sound racist, whatever. People, I don't care. Look, Pakistani mentality, bomb here, stabbing there. It's all normal, a big city.
But that's my point about him, is that you know that the increasing in knife murders has gone up into the city, and it's actually tragic. Look at the numbers of what's happening in London, and yet rather than address that, he's critiquing Donald Trump. And I'm just thinking, where are your priorities? Where do your priorities lie? You're a horrible leader, and I don't think that you should be in office. It's got nothing to do with you being Muslim. And similarly, there's this belief, or the left has this belief in America, that people can't critique Ilhan Omar, which you do a lot of critiquing of her. And
I'm in love with her.
Yeah, right. And the second you say anything about her, they say that you're Islamophobic. No, she's anti-American. I don't want any person that is anti-American to be in any leadership roles in America. That should be common sense across the board. If somebody is hostile to your country, why would you want them in a leadership position? I have that critique of other people that are not Muslim, right? People that are running as Democrat candidates for president that can't say anything nice about America. Well, if your consensus is that America is racist, xenophobic, homophobic, and we need to undo everything that we've done in America, I don't think you should be at the forefront of it. I don't think that that's Islamophobic. I don't think that that's anything but common sense.
I'll tell you something. When I first heard that 2 Muslim women were running for Congress, Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, I was so happy. Honestly, I was so happy. I said, now we will have Muslim women who are going to, be professional and spread peace and show Americans that there's more than just 9/11 to Islam. There's more than just CARE and more than Qatar. We are going to.
Reaper Man, I got a question for you.
What?
Do you know who Ilhan Omar is?
No.
Do you know what 9/11 is?
Yes.
Well, if I was to tell you 9/11 was something that somebody did, you understand what I'm saying?
I'm following you. Keep talking.
If I didn't say to you it was portrayed by Muslim terrorists and they, crashed planes in, I just told you it was something done by somebody. And that's why there was a Muslim CARE Act. There's a whole story behind this. There's a whole nother stream we can talk about. But yeah, she feels 9/11 is just something that somebody did. Oh, I know. I just want him to understand what I'm talking about. Beetlejuice.
Bridge between Americans and the Muslim people. Because that's what any sensible Muslim would do. The first thing is, you come in with your headscarf, and you want to show the world who you are, especially the US Congress. You're the focus of the global media. And then I'm like, oh my God.
She sent it back.
I wanted her, or I thought that she was going to be different from the extremists. She's exactly like them with lipstick. That's what I call her, ISIS with lipstick.
Wow.
He's talking about Ilhan Omar, everybody.
Yeah, same. Literally. In her head, same thing. The US forces that went to Somalia, they're the terrorists. Right? Not the ones they fought. No, they are the terrorists. Everything to do with America, when she's speaking about Al-Qaeda, she's pissed off and angry at the university lecturer who she says she took terrorism classes. She probably means anti-terrorism classes. Her lecturer, when he mentions Al-Qaeda, he mentioned it in a very negative tone. Al-Qaeda, right? Hezbollah. And she was upset that he never mentioned America with the same attitude, America. So America is the real Satan, right? And this is the problem with Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar is, well, not just Ilhan, all of the Islamists, they are using democracy, but they don't believe in democracy.
Of course they don't. Of course
they don't believe in democracy. Even the reformists. The reformists will tell you we don't like ISIS because we believe in democracy. That is a delusion. It's not right.
Right.
Because a Muslim has to believe in what the Quran says. And the Quran says you have to rule and judge only by the word of God. There's no separation of mosque and state in Islam. Claiming that is something outside of religion.
Right.
So Ilhan Omar, to sit there, firstly, I'm going to be frank with you. You're the only person I could be frank with like this. Firstly, she shouldn't be outside of her house without her husband's permission or her dad's permission. And this issue needs to be shown to the Muslim community that I, the father of Ilhan, allowed my daughter to leave the house every single day or whenever she wants. This in Islamic law, in Sharia law that she promotes and loves and believes in. She cannot wear makeup. She can't. I don't want her to wear makeup because she's saying that I'm a Muslim and I'm wearing this because Allah wants me to, but Allah doesn't want you to put fashion and show your beauty, or whatever the beauty is, to show beauty, right, in front of a stranger.
Right. That's written into Islamic
in Islamic
law.
Jurisprudence in law.
Right.
She's the one who promotes Sharia law, and she's violating it in front of everyone.
Interesting.
So number one, she can't dance in public. When she wants, she danced in public. Right? She can't speak to strange men. Every day she's sitting in Congress speaking to strange men. All of these laws are violating Sharia law. I don't believe in Sharia law.
Right.
I want all women, wear makeup, dress however you want to dress, run for office, have equal rights, whatever. I'm for that. But don't come and tell me I believe in Sharia law, and therefore you have to respect me, and then violate Sharia law. And when I point the finger, you call me Islamophobe.
Right. So let's actually talk a little bit about Sharia law, because I don't think a lot of my listeners know too much about it. And I know that when we try to have a conversation about it, it gets censored, and people, like you said, call people.
This is where it's going to get interesting, Reaper Man. Yeah, I figured that.
Homophobic. What is Sharia law?
Sharia law is the jurisprudence of Islam.
Okay. And what are some of the components of Sharia law? You talked about not wearing makeup.
Well, there are many chapters.
Right.
In theology, there is an entire chapter as to how to deal with people who believe in God, who don't believe in God, what are the laws. And then we have jurisprudence, the individual beliefs, how to pray, how not to pray, how to purify yourself, how to wash, how to sleep. All these.
Is murder a component of Sharia law?
Well, there's an entire chapter on murder. Murder is condemned in Sharia law, but it depends on who.
Non-believers.
Non-believers, again, there's another. What type of non-believer?
Is it acceptable to murder a non-believer under Sharia law?
Just like that?
Don't be a hero.
How complex does it get?
No, it's actually a lot simpler, but just not in that way. So if a Muslim becomes a non-believer, then they get killed because like that.
Right. And then if a Muslim becomes a non-believer, but also isn't there a line in Sharia law that if a non-believer that converted the Muslim can also be murdered under Sharia law?
Yes, because they are not directly affecting anything. in the religion, but they're manipulating the Muslims, and that goes under another category of spreading immorality.
Okay.
Because converting people away from Islam is seen by Sharia law as spreading immorality on the earth.
Okay.
And if you do that on this planet, then the chosen ones, the Muslims, have to take care of that person. It's just
so if I fall in love
very
with,
sophisticated.
If I fall in love with a Muslim man,
not gonna happen.
Okay, but if I do,
no,
he then says, you know what, I'm not going to be Muslim anymore. I can be murdered, and he can be murdered.
No, you can't, because that's just an exception.
Spreading immorality?
No. There's a big difference between you falling in love and him converting for you. He will get punished, not you. But if you were someone who had a channel, who had a TV station, and is bringing Muslims to Christianity, then you would be targeted.
We only believe what we hear.
Well, she answered the question, and he answered the question that arose earlier, talking about if you date a Muslim and you're going to marry this Muslim man, and then you convince that Muslim man to convert, they're going to kill him. That's exactly what I spoke about earlier. I mean, I didn't know it was 35 minutes in, but the whole point of it is he tells you right there, if you start dating a Muslim man and then that becomes one thing to another, they're coming after him.
I have a question.
I can give you a name. For example,
what's the question, Reaper?
Will there be cupcakes after the show?
We're having popsicles.
Okay.
You hope it doesn't happen in the U.S. Who knows about all those murders in Chicago and Detroit? But, you know, we get it. I understand what you mean, Beetlejuice.
Brother Rashid. I don't know if you've heard of Brother Rashid. Brother Rashid, he is a Muslim who left Islam, became Christian. And he has a channel, and he had a program called Su'al Jari, Daring Questions. And he comes from a very well-informed background. Not just any Muslim. No, he really studied Islam, and he left. He is targeted day and night by extremists.
Okay.
Why? Because he's dragging Muslims away.
Okay, so to me, that obviously is a very clear differentiation between this religion and any other religion, because I can convert from Christianity to Catholicism, to Judaism. There's no fear. You just move and change a million times, and there's no fear. There's no rule. There's nothing bad that's going to happen to me for those conversions. And that's very important for people to understand.
But same with Islam. If you convert to Islam, there's no problem.
To, but not out, right? Yeah, converting into easy, converting out of.
And by the way, just for your viewers, I'm not here promoting Sharia law. I'm just explaining.
We're just talking about it.
We're talking about what they believe.
You do not believe in Sharia.
I don't know, Beetlejuice. Maybe only at the backyard barbecues we don't know about. But I can't guarantee it if they're stoning people in Dearborn or not.
I want to make that super clear to everybody that's listening. And I'm so happy that you're so willing to talk about this, because Americans need to know this. Western society needs to know this. And I think I don't know what the impetus is behind there being so many lies and an unwillingness to discuss the religion. But that actually scares me, because, as I say, you need more speech, right? So if we don't.
Yeah, simply, Cindy, they obviously don't want us to know about the secret stonings going on in Dearborn, Michigan. You know, don't talk about them. They don't happen.
Understand something, we can talk about it. There should be nothing that's above intellectual debate. And with this birth of anti-Americans in our holding congressional seats, you know, with Ilhan Omar and with Rashida Tlaib, and look, outside of Muslim, with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez even, they view Americans as cancerous. I really do genuinely believe that they hate America. And to see these people gather platforms and to see people following them and then being told that you can't critique them lest you're sexist, lest you're Islamophobic.
It's funny they call me Islamophobic. I look like Osama bin Laden a little bit, don't I? Don't I?
A little bit.
Yeah, with my white turban on.
Right.
I could go as his brother. I could probably trick someone.
Right, exactly.
And they call me Islamophobic.
Well, it's okay. They call me a white supremacist. So I don't really have that look going for me. But
a black white supremacists,
off limits to the
everybody.
left. It's just a complete lunacy. So you have stated that you believe that Islam will never be reformed. I want you to talk about that.
Never, ever can it be reformed. Firstly, who was the first figure to rise to try and reform Islam? His name was Hussein, the grandson of Muhammad. Hussein, the son of the daughter of Prophet Muhammad. 50 years after the death of Muhammad, saw the caliphs conquer and butcher and kill, take over the geographic regions of 53 countries today. And he came out and he said, I would like to reform the religion of my grandfather. And he was alive at the time of the Prophet. He was a young boy. And he saw the corruption. You know what happened to him, Candace? Guess what happened to him?
I'm going to go with murder.
Okay. Let me show you what type of murder.
Wow.
Firstly, they surrounded him and 73 of his family members and companions. All of them beheaded. Who? The Muslims did it. Not the Christians, not the Jews. The Muslims did it. And all you need to do is search Imam Hussein and read about it. In my book, there's a whole chapter. They butchered him, they killed him, then they sliced his body into bits and pieces. 70,000 soldiers came versus 72 men and women. And then they took the women hostage from Karbala, Iraq, to Syria, walking. Why? Because he wanted to reform the religion.
Wow.
He wanted to rise against the violent caliphs.
And to them, this was a righteous killing.
Of course, they said, kill this infidel.
Right. Infidels.
Right. Kill this. The son of Muhammad, the grandson. You know, in Arabic tradition, the grandson is the son. So they say, kill him. So if the grandson of the Prophet couldn't reform one fatwa, couldn't reform one mosque, couldn't reform one violent teaching, and they butchered him, you think me, 1,400 years later, come from Australia, you think I'm going to reform the religion? Or do you think someone sitting in Arizona can reform Mecca? This is nonsense.
Do you worry about your safety?
Of course I worry.
You worry about your safety?
I have a scar over here, a scar from all the attacks. You know, my book, I've written about the struggles, my home being raided, my car being vandalized with machetes. I get punched in the face. All you have to do, Tawhidi attacked on Google. They come out. Look, Islam can never, ever, ever be reformed. Muslim individuals can. Islam as a religion cannot. Because, very logically, religion, according to Muslims, is the word of God. It came from God. No Muslim will leave what they believe to be the word of God and follow the word of Imam Tawhidi or the word of man. That's man-made. Excuse me, that's man-made. And if it's man-made, then it's not what God wants. They want what is God's law, not what could be God's law. Two different issues. You're telling someone to completely convert. Reform is a conversion. Might as well go become a Jew or a Christian. Then never, ever. I say to the Muslim, let's be realistic. We have two readings of Islam and the Prophet Muhammad. Why go for the violent one? Why not read the minority teachings? That's what I say. The minority also, they also have problems. But you know, they can be amended like how every other religion managed to amend the violent issues. It's on that level.
Right.
It's on that level. It can be dealt with. But the majority, you can't deal with it.
Now you say, first off, I just want to commend you on your bravery, because I think that is one of the scariest things in the entire world, to know that your life is at risk because you're trying to talk about issues that are super important.
I worry about you as well, to be honest.
Yeah, people tell me that all the time.
Because the left are more violent than even ISIS.
I know.
The left, look, ISIS and their friends in the West, they're determined amateurs. The left are organized. If they come after someone, then I really worry about you.
Wow, that's actually really scary, and you're accurate. I forget about that, how well organized they are. Yeah, you know, I think it definitely gets scary, and when you see something like that, as bizarro as the New Zealand thing was, it really makes me aware of how big of a target is on my back, you know, because that was a real stretch. And the way that they've come after my family privately, and things of that nature, they try to keep it highbrow, but what we're dealing with is something that is violent and something that is dangerous. But the thing that gets me up every day is that I just have this belief belief that the minority community can be freed from this victim narrative, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to bring that forth. And what inspires you?
What inspires me?
Yeah, what inspires you to keep going?
The change I see taking place. The change
that's up to you if you want to wear a thong. Go ahead.
And the men and women, they're smiling, but they're afraid to run towards me, to shake my hand and take a picture. They're smiling. And when the clerics and the sons of clerics message me on WhatsApp and they say, hey, let's get together privately,
right.
You know, not in front of everyone. And the clerics come to my house with gifts. This is someone who I expect would issue a statement against me, would give like a fatwa against me, coming to my house, you know, with food. And my friends say, don't eat it, it might be poison. They're watching this anyway. But no, they're very nice people, but they're afraid of the majority of Muslims. So when I see this in my community, I become encouraged. Also, the bridges that I'm building with the Jewish community, with the Christian community, this keeps me going. Of course, you know, my transition wasn't as easy as many people would think. I had to go through a very lonely and quiet and long period of my time where I had to detach myself away from the indoctrination of the clerics and the training and everything. Even at times, because, you know, I was trained to shoot. And at times when I go to the shooting range, I remember when I was a young boy how I would hold it, and these things, they bring back memories.
Who trained you to shoot?
When I was in Iran.
Okay.
And there's a video of me shooting. In fact, you might want to insert it.
Right.
I'm a really good shooter, and thanks to the regime and
right.
their people.
And you said that you used to be an extremist.
Fundamental. I would never speak to you 6 years ago.
Wow.
You would. Oh, no, this is treason. I would have never come here 6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, but now I'm reaching out to you.
Yeah, there's something there is a weird parallel between you and I in the sense that, like, I used to be a leftist or a liberal, and yet I had this awakening, and now I feel like it's incumbent upon me to deliver this message to my community, despite all of the attacks that I go through every single day, because there is something bigger, and I'm encouraged by the same stuff that you say you're encouraged by, which is just, you know, I see so many other Black Americans, getting inspired and coming out and doing this things, and yes, I'm aware that I'm at risk, but I also feel that it's now or never. And we have to bring the world forward. We have to have these conversations, and we have to, get Black Americans off of this sinking victim ship. And I'm actually very encouraged to hear that you're kind of going through the same thing and kind of started.
Man, get them dishes done.
Extreme differences here.
What's that?
Get them dishes done.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Only flirt through YouTube, or I get hit with a shoe.
Oh, she loves you.
Loves me so much she hits me with a shoe.
I'd hit you with a shoe if I lived with you too.
I guess the Rapture couldn't handle any of this. He's afraid Muhammad's coming down on him.
Oh, he's all right. Hang on. Farmer's live streaming in D-Live, right?
Yeah.
So he asked me if he can stream your
tell him go right ahead.
Your live stream.
Who cares? Go ahead. What difference does it make? I want to see if this holds water at the end, Reaper Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I already went in and monetized the video from the get-go.
No, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you refresh right now, if anybody refreshes right now, they're going to see an ad. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we'll see what they do, and I have no problem. I have no problem contacting Candace privately and asking her not to strike my video. And the reason for that is because her show is actually uploaded to someone else's channel.
You can do that. We've been commenting, so you'll see. You're good. And
I mean, that's what this is all about. We're going to work it. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to get Movie Buff up here and talk politics with clips. Right, Reaper Man?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, he don't get it, but it can work. It'll work.
But you did talk to me a little bit before we got live. You said that you used to be an extremist and you were married and you got divorced and you take full credit for the divorce because of your extreme views.
Now, Sinfully Cindy, just remember, Beetlejuice knows a lot more than I do. I just got to put that out there. So she is like the ace in the hole when it comes to everything. Yeah, man's brain capacity, 50%. Beetlejuice's brain capacity, 100%. So it is what it is. But just remember, Yeah Man loves Canadians, and Beetlejuice can abide by that by telling you he drinks Labatt Blue. It's a done deal. It's a said thing. Labatt Blue. I love Canadians. It's all good.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, I was married to a wonderful woman who was raised in a fundamentalist society. And she had all of these teachings of wearing a full burqa, not even ninja, full black. And came from a prominent family. And, I was the ideal husband, an extremist who spoke many languages, traveled the world preaching fundamentalist Islam. And then all of a sudden, he's taking pictures with rabbis. He's taking pictures with bishops, female politicians. That's you can't explain it. That's a court case in Sharia law. A picture with a rabbi, you've waged war against God in a fundamentalist sense. Mm-hmm. And you're dealing with the people who are impure, the killers and murderers of prophets, and all these nonsensical terms. So it was best for me to move on because I saw the path I was going in. She wasn't willing to join. Wonderful woman. I wish her all the best. But this happened in Iraq. It was never in the West. Otherwise, she would have seen how much freedom there is in the West and so on. So it's very hard. Also, her family had a lot of influence on her. But that's completely. It's fine, but it also helped me grow as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Turn left.
It's funny.
Turn left.
Because one of the talents that I now have is I can identify. I used to identify my wife amongst 200 burqas. 200 burqa women.
That's impressive.
I could spot my wife. They're all dressed the same, and it took. I got told off many times. We meet. The mosque has two separate areas, men and women, and then we meet outside. And then there's a lady standing outside that looks like my wife, and I go up to her and I'm like, "So what did your dad say? Get lost. Get lost. Don't come near me. Have some shame." Oh, not my wife. Next one. Then we made a deal that she had to wear a green band around her wrist so I can identify. Gloves. Nothing. Black gloves. I can't see it. So
that's interesting even in and of itself, because one of the things that the left tries to do is to pretend that I always say this. They pretend to be progressive, but the things that they advocate for are regressive. So the left pretends to be the party of inclusivity.
Yes. Go ahead, Reaper.
Hang on a second. He's gonna try to. I gotta mute him a minute, man. Hang on.
Mute who?
He's gonna try to link up through your StreamYard and run it through his podcast. I don't know how he's gonna do that, but he's gonna try to talk to us and run it through there at the same time.
All right. Well, King. Hey, what's up, guy? You got to use Farm Boy, not the King.
Oh, I like the King.
Anyway, all right, we're gonna get back to what we're doing, Farm Boy. You figure it out.
All right,
we got like 14 more minutes of a video to watch.
14 videos.
Yeah, here it comes.
Just listen. This is what we're talking about.
This very interesting stuff when it comes to Muslims and the United States government.
Right? And there's something that is completely contradictory about the left, who claims to put feminism on a pedestal, right? Freedom for women, at the same time that they uplift voices like Linda Sarsour, who believes in Sharia law, right? Women have to be covered from head to toe. Men and women must be separate. How do these two ideologies come together? And obviously, we're talking about intersectionality here.
And you're talking about the former extremist. Let me tell you who we used to vote for. The left.
Wow.
I dare anyone to point out an Islamic radical that votes Republican.
Wow.
They all vote Democrat.
Yeah.
And not only that, when the shooting happened in New Zealand, some Democrats here wanted to visit Muslims. None of them visited the good, moderate minority. They all went to the giant, glamorous, extremist mosques.
Now, why do radical Islamic extremists support leftist politicians?
Because the left think they're smart. The left, they think they're smart. You know why? Because they think by getting the vote, they're smart. The leftist mentality, and I used to be a staunch leftist in my voting, in my politics, in my community, always welcomed the Greens and Labour in Australia. Never the Liberals or the Conservatives. So the leftists, their whole aim in life, everything, their policy, their politics, their funding, everything, Soros, agenda, their whole ideology is get more votes. Be it through illegal immigration, be it through shutting down impeachment, whatever.
Chaos.
The point is, they need more votes. That's their whole agenda. The extremists, they know all what this guy wants is votes. So if we gave him 500 votes and he's going to give us access to the media, to the Congress, to the USA government, we came from the desert. This guy wants just 500 votes from people who don't even know what they're talking about.
Right.
Just second box, this name. Vote for this name. And then you will take our message and bring it out, make it the biggest case in America. Come, we'll give you all the votes.
Wow.
Point is, take our clerics and make them the voice.
So it's almost as if the extremists are looking big picture and the leftists are just looking at one thing, which is, can I have votes? Can I get into power? And they don't understand what exactly it is that they're fueling.
The left thinks 4-year, 8-year. That's the term they think in. 4-year term, 8-year term. The Islamic extremist thinks my grandchildren and how I change the educational system now for them. I can give you plenty of names of people. There was a case where a lady, I spoke about her in my book. She infiltrated the U.S. educational department in Detroit, Michigan. And she got funding and she changed the whole curriculum. Then a leaked video, I'm not sure if you want to insert this or put this in the description somewhere. A leaked video shows that she's telling people that our plan here is not only to make Americans Muslim, but all of America Muslim. Islamic extremists, exactly, Islamic extremists think in hundreds of years ahead.
Right. And so the last thing that I want to touch upon here, because it's really important and it's something that I tweeted about, is the birth rate, which is something that people don't really pay attention to. And the second you talk about it,
Now, this is where it's going to get interesting, Reaper Man.
Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Can I say this before I forget?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Farm Boy. It wasn't what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Farm Boy. That's why I put you on mute, because you had noise in the background. But you can still stream what we're doing. It's not what you expected. It's very political tonight. And we're listening to an interview right now between Candace Owen and I can't even say his name anyway. But you're more than welcome to keep streaming us.
Yeah, anytime.
Well, I don't really get into politics, but it's all right.
It's great. Don't worry about it. But Art, did you hear what she just said about the woman that was elected in Detroit?
It's not really politics, man, though. No,
it is a lot of politics. But the point of it is the Muslims have to get involved in the politics to take over the country.
Okay, if you look at it that
and
way,
that's what she was just talking about. She wasn't talking about converting a few. She was talking about, and he was talking about, this woman wanting to convert the whole country.
I get you.
That's what her statement just was. I'm trying to bring him back up. I don't know why. It's pretty wild. I mean, I follow this stuff. Obviously, not as in-depth as
Jihad.
Not as in-depth as Beetlejuice.
She really gets into it.
You're homophobic.
What's that?
She really gets into it, but she makes.
Oh yeah, she's about to get into it about this guy being homophobic.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I'm not trying to kiss her ass or anything. But she makes.
No, but I'm going to send you a link to a lot of her stuff.
She makes,
and you won't believe it.
I'm just saying, Beetlejuice makes valid points of a lot of things. I mean, if you just sit and listen to her.
Oh no, she does. She does, and so does Candace Owens. This woman's very renowned when it comes to the political end of a lot of it.
Yeah.
Let's finish it up. We got about 10 minutes.
Obviously, and as if there's something Islamophobic about talking about the Muslim birth rate, which is really high, particularly in European countries.
Now this is going to get interesting, Reaper Man, because she's going to talk about how she explains how Muslims have 10, 15, 20 kids, and I know for a fact the white community, the white people, we have 2 or 3, maybe 4. We don't go, we're not breeding 20, 30 humans.
Is there any threat there when you have people that are migrating to your country that are diametrically opposed to your belief system? So I want to be clear here. What I'm saying is that we can talk about the border issue all we want in America and about Mexicans pouring over the border and from South American countries pouring over the border, but we don't have diametrically opposed ideology with Mexicans and with people that are coming in from Venezuela, wherever it is they're coming from. They still hold Western principles and Western ideals. But when we talk about the migrant crisis in Europe, we're talking about a flood of people coming in that believe in Sharia law. Is that problematic when the birth rate in the Muslim community is quadruple what it is in the European community?
Allow me to surprise you and also answer your question at the same time. Not only is it problematic for Westerners and non-Muslims, it's problematic for the Muslims who have already migrated and assimilated into the West. So now Muslims are leaving their mosques because there's a new group of Muslims who now want to, because when a migrant comes, what do? They look for the first mosque because that's where the Muslims are. They come into a Muslim community that's completely developed, doctors and engineers and teachers, and they come from the boat, welfare, get a right, come into a mosque and expect to be accepted. These expectations have destroyed the Muslim community. The Muslims themselves are suffering.
Right, the assimilated Muslims.
Yes, and sometimes we're not talking 5, 10 families. These are hundreds and thousands of families who are moving now outside the suburbs because they're sick and tired of running into people they don't like. We ran away from you to come here. Now you're coming back here.
Right. And it's funny that you say that because I have spoken about it, but I had a Muslim roommate for 2 years. She was from Canada. Lovely girl. I mean, really just the kindest heart. We became the best of friends when we were in New York. And she would talk about this. Like she'd say, I'm Muslim, but, not like that kind of Muslim. She always made that differentiation. She went to mosque every Sunday. And, she definitely wanted to marry someone.
Every Friday.
Every Friday. Okay.
Unless she had converted. And
I'm pretty sure it was on the weekends she went.
Well, it might be.
On Sundays.
Maybe Islamic classes.
Maybe,
they have lessons on
Look,
Sundays.
You would know better than me, so we'll go with Friday. She'd go every Friday, and what it showed me is that, she had never been to the Middle East, she born in Canada, grew up in Canada, and she would always be, in her language, she would be cautionary and say, not like that kind of Muslim, which is really interesting because you're almost hitting at that there is sort of this, war, not a cultural war, if you will, going out, that when you have this flood of migrants who are coming from these territories and living in a different way, and there are people that have assimilated and there are Muslims that have assimilated, it does sort of disrupt even within the Muslim community.
It's starting all over again.
Right.
When the Muslims first came, the assimilated ones now, when they first came to the West, there was a struggle of who are you? Why do you look different? Why do you dress different? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Be like this. And then the second, third generation came, and now they're on the same page with the rest of the kids in the classroom, the people at work. All of a sudden, a new wave comes, and it's starting all over again. And this time, there's technology, there's YouTube, there's Twitter. This time, what the first people had to go through was locally. Now it's globally. There's an extremist in France destroying the statues, and the video goes viral. Why? Because according to him, this is an idol. And Abraham destroyed the idols, and we need to destroy them. So with technology, this bad reputation is affecting all of the Muslims, including the assimilated ones. When I sit with Muslims, no cameras, just us together, the way they talk, anybody who would listen to them from outside the religion would say, these people, they are so sick and tired of their religion, and so sick and tired of their own community, and sick and tired of their background and their family. And I think it's the worst time to be a Muslim right now because of how vocal the extremists become, how audacious,
and how backed they are now by
and
leftists.
how rich because of welfare and these bad policies. And the leftists, they say, we love Muslims. Only the ones that we want to work with.
Right. That'll help.
Muslims.
That'll get us votes.
Yeah.
And since, like you said, the minority holds your viewpoint, but the majority holds the other viewpoint. That means that the leftists are going to play with the majority because they want it's a numbers game.
It's a number. 4-year, 8-year thinking. To get to that, I need numbers. That's how they think. And the left also think that I honestly believe, from my readings, most professors in Islamic studies in universities are leftists. The way they write about Islam, it's like they know that a time will come where they'll have to come face to face with someone more powerful in power that's a Muslim. And it's like presenting their religion, writing about Islam in a way that would save them from being killed by the extremist, from being targeted, isolated. And this is very, very ridiculous because, firstly, you're trying now to give the extremists, you're applying democracy onto a group of people that don't believe in democracy. In fact, they want to destroy it. Extremists want to destroy democracy. Democracy is tyranny. Extremists, to fundamentalists, to care that's lobby politicians and giving all Democrats, of course, and giving them funding. They want to see a global caliphate of the Muslim Brotherhood. They are Hamas. Their logo is the planet that you and I live on, with their flag dug right inside it. Wow. That's their logo. That's their charter. That's their articles. I see CARE and the Islamic organizations in America as unofficial embassies for these terrorist groups in the Middle East. And the left don't see that. The left, because of how narrow-minded they are, it's easy for them to say, Islamophobic. You're an ex-Muslim, a closeted ex-Muslim. A real Muslim can't be peaceful. Imam of peace? What do you mean Imam of peace? You can't be a real Muslim. Hugging rabbis? Really? Eating with Hindus and Buddhists? Muslims don't do that. Anjan Chaudhry, CARE, Ilhan Omar, they're the real Muslims. They're the ones, and everything they say that is ridiculous and disgusting, right? That's fine, because white guilt, we were the ones who oppressed them first. Now, Ilhan Omar isn't a danger in Congress. She's just a brown woman with an opinion. Why are you silencing her? The way they think is completely upside down.
Right.
And Ilhan knows that.
He thinks himself right into oppression.
My grandchildren and how I change the educational system now for them. I can give you plenty of names of people. There was a case where a lady, I spoke about her in my book. She infiltrated the U.S. educational department in Detroit, Michigan. And she got funding and she changed the whole curriculum. Then a leaked video, I'm not sure if you want to insert this or put this in the description somewhere. A leaked video shows that she's telling people that our plan here is not only to make Americans Muslim, but all of America Muslim. Islamic extremists, exactly, Islamic extremists think in hundreds of years ahead.
Right. And so the left...
To surprise you. And also answer your question at the same time. Not only is it problematic for Westerners and non-Muslims, it's problematic for the Muslims who have already migrated.
War, the cultural war, if you will, going out, that when you have this flood of migrants who are coming from these territories and living in a different way, and there are people that have assimilated and there are Muslims that have assimilated, it does disrupt, even within in the Muslim community.
It's starting all over again.
Right.
When the Muslims first came, the assimilated ones now, when they first came to the West, there was a struggle. of who are you, why do you look different, why do you dress different, why are you doing this, why are you doing that, be like this. And then the second, third generation came, and now they're on the same page with the rest of the kids in the classroom, the people at work. All of a sudden, a new wave comes, and it's starting all over again. And this time, there's technology, there's YouTube, there's Twitter. This time, what the first people had to go through was locally. Now it's globally. There's an extremist in France destroying the statues, and the video goes viral. Why? Because according to him, these are idols, and Abraham destroyed the idols, and we need to destroy them. So with technology, this bad reputation is affecting all of the Muslims, including the assimilated ones. When I sit with Muslims, no cameras, just us together.
Yo, dude, I got your assimilation right here between my legs.
Who would listen to them from outside the religion would say, these people, they are so sick and tired of their religion, and so sick and tired of their own community, and sick and tired of their background and their family. And I think it's the worst time to be a Muslim right now because of how vocal the extremists have become, how audacious,
and how backed they are now by
and
leftists.
how rich because of welfare and these bad policies. And the leftists, they say, we love Muslims, only the ones that we want to work with.
Did he just say they're getting rich off of welfare?
Yep, that's what they said.
It's crazy.
That's what. No, I think he's been fucking the camel.
Muslims.
That'll get us votes.
Yeah.
This is, like you said, the minority.
Here, camel.
But the majority is the other viewpoint. That means that the leftists are going to play with the majority because they want it's a numbers game.
It's a number. 4-year, 8-year thinking. To get to that, I need numbers. That's how they think. And the left also think that I honestly believe, from my readings, most professors in Islamic studies in universities are leftists. The way they write about Islam, it's like they know that a time will come where they'll have to come face to face with someone more powerful in power that's a Muslim. And it's like presenting their religion, writing about Islam in a way that would save them from being killed by the extremist, from being targeted, isolated. And this is very, very ridiculous because firstly, you're trying now to give the extremists, you're applying democracy onto a group of people that don't believe in democracy. In fact, they want to destroy it. Extremists want to destroy democracy. Democracy is tyranny to extremist Muslims, to fundamentalists, to care that's lobbying politicians and giving, all Democrats, of course, and giving them funding. They want to see a global caliphate of the Muslim Brotherhood. They are Hamas. Their logo is the planet that you and I live on, with their flag dug right inside it. Wow. That's their logo. That's their charter. That's their articles. I see CARE and the Islamic organizations in America as unofficial embassies for these terrorist groups in the Middle East. And the left don't see that. The left, because of how narrow-minded they are, it's easy for them to say, Islamophobic. Oh, you're an ex-Muslim, a closeted ex-Muslim. A real Muslim can't be peaceful. Imam of peace? What do you mean Imam of peace? You can't be a real Muslim. Hugging rabbis? Really? Eating with Hindus and Buddhists? Muslims don't do that. Anjem Chaudhry, CARE, Ilhan Omar, they're the real Muslims. They're the ones, and everything they say that is ridiculous and disgusting, right? That's fine, because by guilt, we were the ones who oppressed them first. Now, Ilhan Omar isn't a danger in Congress. She's just a brown woman with an opinion. Why are you silencing her?
Guinea Google.
Guinea Google. The upside down.
Right.
And Ilhan knows that.
They will think themselves right into oppression. Right into oppression.
And when they bring Ilhan Omar on TV or Rashida Tlaib as to why are you creating chaos? Why are you attacking America, American values? Or because of my color? Or is it because of what I wear?
Yeah.
That's what Rashida Tlaib says. They're attacking her because of her color.
No.
Then again, David Duke.
Now, do you notice something, Reaper Man? He said they're attacking her because of her color. Now, all of a sudden, it went from, oh my God, they're attacking me because I'm black. And now it's, they're attacking me because I'm a person of color.
Yep.
So they're just trying to switch it up to fit their agenda. So you could be Middle Eastern, or, you understand what I mean. Or you could be black.
Nope.
You're not black anymore, obviously. You're a person of color. Or at least that's how the Fab Four, as I call them, they want to paint this to Congress. They want Congress to believe that they're right along in there with the black man and the racism and all of that. And it's not black anymore. It's people of color.
We're all of color.
Well, those are the four that are in Congress that he speaks about. There's four of them. We'll get into this on another stream, though. There's four of them. I'll introduce you to the four of them, Reaper Man, on another stream.
Comes out to say rally behind Ilhan Omar, who is the #1 guy against the black community, the KKK. He's promoting Ilhan.
Talking about David Duke.
Wake up now that David Duke is coming up publicly telling them that, we really need to get behind Ilhan Omar. She knows what she's doing, pushing this agenda. If they don't wake up now to see that, what is she doing that even David Duke is supporting her? So David Duke and the leftists are now on the same page.
I think what we have to do is realize that because we have a fearful media and a mainstream media that is largely dishonest, that this is why I think that voices like ours are so important and what we do is so important, because we're just having conversations, but I think that we play the biggest role when it comes to waking people up. And just getting them to think, right? You don't need to know everything, but you need to be willing to discuss things and listen to different viewpoints. I want to commend you on your fearlessness. This has been so interesting, and we have to do it again. But we wrap up every single episode of the Candace Owen Show by giving you 2 minutes, and you can say whatever you want. You're going to look right into that camera and pretend that what you are going to say is going to fall upon the ears of every single person in this world, and you can actually make an impact. Are you ready for your 2 minutes of fame?
Definitely.
Okay. Are you ready? On your mark, get set.
Go.
Your Tawhidi.
Thank you. I believe that the human race is heading towards an era where people really need to unite against the extreme.
He's going to lay it down for us, everybody. So this is going to be interesting. I do find this man to be very interesting, and he's not on the terrorist end of it. It sounds. It sounds to me like he's got a mark on his back. He's got to worry about being taken out. And when I talk about that, I mean killed, not just stoned to death. I know the Muslims want to see this man die.
Can you say the word kill on YouTube?
Who knows? I mean, we're doing a rebuttal video. We're talking about this. And we're going to change the title, Reaper Man. We'll talk about that later.
Famous Muslims. Today I spent time speaking to Candace Owens, and there is something that brings me to this table today. And that is, I see a lady that comes from a community that the left and the extremists and the far left, the elite left, look down upon, and think that because of her color, because of the community she belongs to, she needs to vote in a certain way and think in a certain way and speak in a certain way and dress in a certain way. And she rose above all of that and broke the shackles that they had placed onto her community to speak out. And now she's a voice of liberation for her community. I believe that Muslims can do the same. The left has always been a big part of terrorism in the Middle East, sponsoring their wars and sponsoring rebels. I believe if they also say to themselves that instead of me doing what the left wants us to do, what the elite expect from us to say, and how to vote, then we should also rise against the extremists and unite with the rest of humanity, be it Jews, Christians, atheists, Buddhists, whatever. Unite against the threat that is really damaging our Western societies. Candace, I thank you very much for having me on your show.
So wonderful.
God bless you.
Really, I'm so excited to read this. This is like, I mean.
Now you heard that, Reaper Man. He said, "God bless you" at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
You know,
well, that was the Candace Owen show, everybody.
Yeah, I sat through it. I sat through it all without having to take a poop.
Well, there you go. That's awesome. So, what did you think, Reaper Man?
It was interesting.
It is very interesting, and Ilhan Omar and Talib, I think her name is, the woman from Michigan. They're all very interesting. AOC from Queens.
It was interesting that Beetlejuice taught me so much tonight.
Yep. Who knew Beetlejuice could make my streams what they are?
They did. She did real good tonight.
Yep. Yep. Now we got to ditch it and change the title.
Richard III, King of England. That was the end of the War of the
Yeah.
Roses.
It's pretty wild, everybody.
It did. It did, Cindy. I held off for a while.
I think he's a camel fucker.
I knew you were going to. He's calling him a camel jockey.
Yeah, he better only say it like that. Don't be screwing my video up, farm boy. Yeah, man. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that tonight. It was interesting and it was fun.
I want you to pronounce what Beetlejuice just put in there.
Rashid Talib.
Did he pronounce it right, Beetlejuice? I was going to say Ramadan. No, that's for Bin Laden, isn't it? Yeah, Bin Laden, Ramadan.
Right.
All right. That's a whole nother subject, right? Uh-oh. What happened?
Something like good night.
Thank you so much, you guys. This was Get. She only won because of the lady that was supposed to run against her didn't get her paperwork in on time. Oh.
So she was like a shoe-in, and now she caused all these problems.
Yeah, it was.
Well, Sinfully Cindy, I'm happy you enjoyed it. I mean, see, yeah, man likes to get on a lot of these political tangents, some things he knows, and then like the things he thinks he knows that he doesn't know. Beetlejuice just makes sure I'm set straight, But yeah, there's a lot of wild things going on behind the scenes in government and stuff like that. And simply, Cindy, I don't mean to bore you with any of it, but I'd rather talk about government drama than YouTube drama.
So maybe we'll have to talk about how doing exercises pumps me up.
Pumps you up, Reaper Man.
Oh, my arms are getting big. Oh.
I'm going to tell you right now, Reaper Man, we're going to learn how to have that stream, if it's politics or not, but the views will come. So we're going to actually change this title, and I'm going to put Candace Owen's name in it.
Oh, do you really want to get Nick in here? Do you really want to get Nick in here, Cindy? He's pretty outspoken.
Well, I think it would have been interesting to have Nick in here tonight with what we talked about. And with only 5 people watching, I mean, it's not like he could have killed the room any worse, especially with Cindy suggesting Nick.
Yeah. Wow. Oh,
now, Cindy, you got to realize we've had some wild nights where, yeah, man's got 15, 20 people watching, and we bring Nick in, and it becomes me and Nick watching ourselves. That's why I haven't had Nick lately.
Yeah.
And actually, Nick hasn't been around lately.
No.
Reaper Man knows the deal. You want to talk about killing a room?
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yep. So I'm not going to have that.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's stream, I think we're gonna title it "Yeah Man Does Beetlejuice's Dishes."
Yeah, I know. It used to turn Riri on watching me do the dishes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
She
Okay, yeah.
used to be all wet in the pants. I heard, me doing dishes.
Oh, that's right. That's Beetlejuice. That way we know they get done. He needs to upload a video of him doing your dishes.
Riri would love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Riri loves watching me do housework or cleaning the man cave. She gets all, like I just said. I'm not going to repeat it over and over again.
Yeah. I think it's your butt. I think it's your butt.
I don't know what it is. I think it just turns her on with watching, a man clean the house.
Your manly physique.
Maybe, I got dad bod. I heard it's called
dad bod.
That's what me and Big Dick Vic got. We got man bods where you got the little belly.
So were there soccer moms, or you're like a soccer dad?
No. It's called a dad bod.
I don't get what you're putting out. I don't get what you're putting out, son.
All right. Well, I'll have to post some pictures, of my sexy man bod. Hey, Farm Boys backstage. Should I bring them up again?
Sure, why not? For my age, I got a nice tight ass. It's not flabby. It's just tight. I'm happy.
You lay on it enough. Why shouldn't it be tight?
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Remember, we want video. You're gonna get your ass up and walk to the front room.
I know.
I'm gonna talk to the woman about that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord!
Maybe we should start live streaming therapy. I bet. Hey, Cindy, I bet you that would make Art push hard if we live streamed therapy, and there would be no questions asked.
Oh, Beetle just says you're a furry potato.
She loves me. I can't complain.
Good night, Cindy.
Well, thank you for being here tonight, Cindy. Awesome. And Cindy, I didn't forget about the $12 super chat. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I will make a video for you if me and Beetlejuice have to go out tomorrow morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning and figure out how to get some Timmy Hortons.
Cindy said, I'll participate with Art. Were you really, Cindy?
Ooh. Woo-hoo.
I might like that.
She might participate with you streaming therapy. I think that's what she's talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what she's what she said. Huh?
Now listen, Cindy, if he don't have super chat, worst gets to worst, he can stream therapy and then you can super chat him that you did it good guy super chat or something. I don't know.
What do you mean good
guy?
But
well, if you bust your ass in therapy and people are watching,
yeah,
and then they want to super chat you later on, I mean, we can always
or I do have
I can always do this.
Oh,
yes, he does.
Sure, that's it. PayPal. Yeah, I have PayPal. Yep.
Yeah, he sure does. And hey, here's another one. Don't forget, everybody. Reaper Man, yeah, man. 2020, everybody.
2020, 21. Peace, bro. Yep. Peace.
Yep. Don't forget it.
You're going to D-Live get more money over that way.
Yep. Yeah. But on that note, everybody, who knew this stream would have turned out to be as long as it was?
Yeah. You're not getting Timmy Hortons till the governor reopens the state.
Who said that?
Beetlejuice.
She opened it this weekend, I heard.
Are you opening? Are they opening you up or not?
So yeah,
she claims they opened this up this past weekend. She's afraid Timmy Hortons got coronavirus. That's what it's all about, Reaper Man. She's afraid Timmy Horton's got coronavirus.
I'll buy you a coffee pot and some pods. She said she's going to buy you a coffee pot and some pods.
I get it, Art. The card's in her purse. She's going to buy me some coffee pods and a thing with my money. Yeah, I get it. She's going to hook me up. I get it. I love it. I'm just joking, Beetlejuice.
Okay, at least she's getting a coffee, right?
Own a business. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, we're still monetized. Awesome.
Hey, listen here, though. Listen here. She says you can actually purchase their coffee. The coffee.
Well, they have Tim Hortons coffee pods. I know that. But it's very expensive. No, mid-June. What are you talking about, Beetlejuice? Mid-June.
When they're going to open up state.
Well, I know Tim Hortons is open, I believe. I don't know. We'll have to see. But
some stores are totally
Simply Cindy bought me some coffee, babe. So it is what it is, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm gonna check it out for you real quick. Is Tim Hortons open?
Yeah, but you gotta ask, is Tim Hortons open in my town?
Okay.
Well, I'll be getting Tim Hortons on my way to work soon when I go back to work. So Tim Hortons better be good to go when Man returns to work in like July.
I'll buy it out of my money. It'll be your Father's Day present. Oh, isn't that sweet?
So I'm gonna get like a Keurig? Is that what you're saying? And then you're gonna buy me Tim Hortons dark roast and pods? Is that what you're saying? So Man, and then me and the baby can get up every morning and make coffee together?
She said
that's
no
all I want is coffee. I don't want no pods. I don't want anything but coffee.
She don't want no. She said no food.
No, I don't want no food. I just want a Timmy Hortons dark roast triple. That's all I want. I want like 2 or 4 of them. Oh, who is that scary guy that just popped up on screen?
Hey, I'm like hooked up. I'm like hooked on Sheets' coffee here, so I love Sheets' coffee.
Well, right, Reaper Man. Your Sheets coffee is like my Timmy Hortons.
There we go. There you go.
You know, they open up in less than 3 hours, so.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Farm Boy. What's up, buddy?
When you come over to see my podcast show, we're going to do that.
What did he even mumble, Reaper Man?
When are you going to come over and see my podcast show in D-Live?
Well, we'll have to figure it out. Can I stream you? One night, me and Reaper Man, you know, I don't think Farm Boy understands the technical difficulties we deal with on my channel, Reaper Man.
Here's the thing.
I play music. I play music all the time, so I can't be on yours.
He's a DJ, everybody. Hey, Mr. DJ.
Yeah, we can't stream him because he plays music.
Yep.
But well, are you allowed to have people on panel, Farm Boy?
Yep. I can.
Reaper Man and I will have to come on over.
Yeah. I can redo my podcast show later on tonight, and you guys can pop in and talk and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, you mean
we'll work on it. I mean,
yeah, you mean tonight? Not happening.
Yeah, me and Reaper Man are about to go to bed. We just did 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how you are.
Oh, come on.
My fucking ass.
You know what? Well, he was live.
No. You gotta realize.
You know what? While he was live streaming Farmer, I was watching your stream too and listening to you play music.
Oh. I'll be there bleed right into his live stream.
What about just coffee, Beetlejuice?
We'll figure out something, Farmer, right?
What, how to get me some Timmy Hortons coffee?
No, doing a podcast without the music on in Farmer's stream.
Oh, God, yeah, D-Live, yeah.
D-Live.
Oh, man.
Hey, one day I got over 27 people following me already.
Well, you know what we'll have to do, Reaper Man?
What?
Check this out.
What?
We'll have to do one of those streams, and we'll talk about this behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand I'm allowed to run a live ad.
Yep.
Where I can set it up on YouTube where I'm going to run a live ad during my stream for monetization. And my monetization could be, my live ad could be promoting stream, put a D live. Like I'm doing I mean, I know YouTube ain't going to like it very much, but I could always, we could try and do a commercial for D live.
A lot of people are leaving YouTube to go to D Live because it's more easier.
Oh, I see. You want to run a D Live commercial and promote people.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea. We could do that through OBS.
Yep.
Possibly, yes.
Yep.
What are they gonna do?
We got a lot of setting up to do for that one.
Yeah. What are they gonna do? It sounds like a good idea. That would promote everybody, including you, Farmer.
Yep.
Hey, all right.
Yep. We do a D Live commercial one night. That would be hilarious to figure out how to set up, Reaper Man.
I can do it.
But I do watch these streams where people do these live commercials where all of a sudden they're doing something in their live stream and they're talking about a promotion and they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And get this, you can, when you're watching somebody, you can get paid for watching that person live stream on D Live.
Well, that's what we would do. And then we were presented as a commercial for D Live.
I get 50%.
Well, you got to wait like, what, 3 months, Reaper Man?
No, that's like every 2 weeks for them.
Yep, every 2
weeks. Well, that's great for them, but like, hell, what do we got to get? Like $100 to cash out, Reaper Man?
I don't know. I'm not so sure. I don't check that out.
We'll figure it out. I know. Eventually, YouTube's going to email me and ask me for information.
Oh, you mean for super chats?
Yeah. You got to figure. We'll talk about it later, Reaper Man.
I told you I'd sign up.
Well, no. We are. We're signed up. We got $12 tonight. Thank you. Simply Cindy. But it's about the viewers have to understand. And it's not like I get to my hands on it tomorrow.
My theory on why YouTube is doing what they're doing now is because a lot of people are mistreating that opportunity to get money from people so they can do whatever they want and stuff like that. And using it all wrong. A lot of people, not you guys, but there's other people on there. They like to, do fundraisers and just pocket the money and not even give to the funding for what they were doing to the person. It just goes right into their pocket. I don't think that's wrong. I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's how I feel. I understand that, I mean, a lot of people are destitute for money right now, but that's not how you should do it. Go about that way.
Well, on that note, everybody, you know what time it is.
It's that time, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Probably
tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
What's that? Go ahead, say it, Reaper.
My channel, maybe.
Oh well, we can work that out. They'll know.
Yeah, we'll do something. Either way.
Right.
I try to use this StreamYard, and I can't figure the damn thing out.
StreamYard's OBS. Good luck. You'll get it. Don't worry.
It's easy.
Later, dudes.
Later.